Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Man United, Ballers at the Bridge, talking that Tottenham Talk podcast. You lot already know. Big up to everyone who just joined over from the Man United podcast player ratings part one. Myself and Eddie just did. Salute to my Don Eddie every single time as well. Please make sure you lot bump up the likes though. What are we doing? Bump up the likes first and foremost, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Please share across all of the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Keep all your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related as well. I've got, you know what I'm saying, my regular co-host in the building, special guest in the building as well. Always trying to provide you lot with the best content. Eleanor is here in the building. How are we doing, Eleanor? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, all good, all good. Always look forward to the show because it's always eventful. Always eventful.
That's true. That's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Without doubt, there's always something popping off as well. And welcome special guest. He's been on the show before, actually. Spurs fan. See that? We add in depth. See what we do in here, people. See how we add depth to the show. It's not just Jez now, because Jez is away on holiday, but you lot still getting Spurs representative. We got my guy
Facts.
Jacob in the cut as well. Yes, Jacob. What are you saying, man? You good?
Need to
You
take
on
my
mute?
mic off mute
Yeah,
before I. How you doing, my friend? Good to see
all good,
you.
man. Yeah, man.
Nice to meet you, Elena.
Oh
Yeah,
Elena.
Eleanor,
God. So this
Jacob,
is
Jacob,
another
Eleanor.
Tottenham fan, yeah?
Yeah. Another
Yeah,
Tottenham
I
yeah,
fan.
don't tend to
yeah.
get on with fellow Tottenham fans.
Oh well, that's okay because I get along with everybody, so don't
I
worry
feel
about
like
it.
I do too. It's just sometimes I'm a bit out. I don't know if you might not know me. I don't know. I'm a bit outlandish.
Well, when I've listened to you on this show before, you haven't offended me, so I'm also very hard
Okay.
to offend. I
Okay. That's
I have a
fine.
lot of friends who are fans of of other clubs like Real Madrid and United and Chelsea, for instance. So I'm used to the banter. I know. So there's
That's
nothing
cool.
really
As
you
long
could
as
say
you're
that'll
not a
offend me
Jose
too
fan,
much.
we'll be all right.
Unfortunately, I did love Jose. He
Jesus
gave me
Christ.
hope.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
he gave me hope. What? Wait.
Sake.
Yeah, man.
I liked Jose. I liked him for what I thought he was going to bring us a trophy. I was that hungry. I was that thirsty. It didn't matter. This guy's the chosen one. What did he do as soon as he left us? He won one and he almost
All
won
right, we're
another
not
one.
gonna get. Let's let him get the guests out, and then I'll reply to this.
Yeah, sorry. Well, that's
Yeah,
fun. That's a fun topic. Yeah, that's fun.
yeah. We got something for later on in the show already. Here we go, people. See, people, you try bring Spurs fans together, and look what happens. You feel me? You try bring them
Things
together.
are
You know what I'm
tough right
saying, to
now,
back
though,
each
with
other.
Tottenham. I'd say the last probably 8 years or so has been extremely tumultuous on the fan base as a whole.
Yeah, it has been. Whatever word you just said, that's exactly what it's been. Yeah, without doubt. Let's bump up the likes though, people. Hit the subscribe button as well. Yo, it's the one quarter to two, and you talking about tumultuous. You know what I'm saying? But we
Tumultuous. I was trying to be on my
give
P's
me
and Q's, my second time ever on Sarcasm City TV, so big
yeah, of
ups.
course.
Thanks
You
for
always
having
had
me.
that. I told you I'd have you back over here. You know what I'm saying? And you lot actually make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel as well. United Spurs of America. Great channel. I've been over there. So make sure you head over there. But
That's a
you lot
cute
get your
name.
questions in.
Yeah, a
The
little play
name's
on
fine.
words. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
name's fine.
appreciate
I
it.
came up with it unashamedly. Me and my best friend, we run that. The guy who I blame for getting me to be a fan of Tottenham. So I have someone to blame.
Oh,
Like
I
people
blame my
have
dad every
parents,
day, so
I have
don't
to.
worry.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Like whoever it is like who made you lot support Spurs, like yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta have serious
No,
Listen,
conversation.
target
I
on your
had no
back.
choice. I never understand why we have fans from other countries that genuinely have a choice.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
walked
I
into this
had no
club. No,
choice.
I
My
did.
family
Yeah.
brought me into this life, but like you could have saved yourself.
Yeah, no, you're lucky. See, at least you have that, right? You have that some kind of credibility to say, well, I
This
didn't
is why I'm here.
necessarily
Yeah.
choose this. Yeah, I walked into this place like, this seems nice. I'm gonna set up
It's
shop
just
here,
not.
and here we
Listen, if
are.
you were Poch days, yeah, he gave you hope. Anyway, carry on, carry
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all well and good. Hey, large up the chat. I see you lot. Don't forget link for the memberships in the pin comment. Over 60 of you lot in the building. Only at 18 likes, man. Let's bump up them likes, people. Get us up to 30 likes. And we'll start with Spurs since the two Spurs representatives are here. One of the server will be here shortly as well, people. But Kulusevski signed to Spurs permanently. Thoughts on it? We'll go with you.
I mean, the only thought I have about this is thank fuck no one else got him because that would have been embarrassing. So at least like it's done in it. Like I'm not sitting here like jumping for joy. In the way I'm like a bit like, phew, at least we got him. But I'm not sitting here like, oh my god, because we should have got that done anyway. In my opinion, it's like something that should have just been done anyway. But the fact that, okay, yeah, we might have got it. Did we get it 5 million cheaper? Can't even remember if we
Yeah,
managed
it was
to get
about five
yeah,
mil
yeah.
cheaper.
I knew that was what we were haggling. I just didn't know if it actually happened. But yeah, like, yeah, we got it 5 million cheaper. Well done, Levy. Like, whatever. Like, end of the story. Like, we got a player that was ours anyway, and we should have had him from the beginning. But you know, everyone else wanted him as well, which was annoying. But I never thought that was going to happen.
You got him. Were you saying, Jacob, about Kulusevski? Happy? Not happy?
Personally, when it came down to it, and I was like, man, 35. If we're talking 35, and what's our budget here? If that's 35% of my budget, maybe we need to explore our options. We talk it down a little bit. Okay, 30% of the budget. Now you've got me a little interested because, you know, I know it's haggling for 5 mil, but when that 5 mil could be spent, hopefully upgrading a position in which we actually need someone, which if Kulusevski left, he would leave a hole in that position. So then we would be forced to spend that money anyway on someone. Therefore, gambling if you're trying to get someone that age. I mean, this guy starts for his national team. Sweden's no pushover. I know they didn't make the World Cup last year, but I mean, Zlatan's from there, so I'll tell you something about their people. And that's just how I feel about it. But I've liked Kulusevski. I've seen him be bad for Spurs more than I've seen him be good. So my hopes aren't like I agree with you. I'm not through the roof. When I was talking about it on my channel, I was just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend 35 on him. Maybe you know, I heard Villarreal's trying to offload that Samuel Chukwueze guy. I'd take him. I think he would be an upgrade at that position. But then again, we're taking a gamble. Does this guy translate into the Premier League like we would hope? That remains to be seen. Kulusevski played in the Premier League, so we at least have a table dose of how much he can give us. Is it enough for 30? Maybe. It remains to be seen. His ceiling is high. He's young. Right now, what I saw last season, I'm going to also tie it into what also was holding Heung-min Son back. Because if we look at him last season, he didn't quite perform up to what he did the season prior, which was 23 goals. Joint Golden Boot scorer. So to me, there's a clear thing that we were doing last season that was not helping our left wing and our right wing out very much because they were being forced to play
his name was
left
Conte,
mid.
but carry on.
His name.
Eleanor holds a fucking grudge, you know. I swear down.
No, but see, that's the thing.
Listen, serial
was
winners
said with
don't
Vim.
do well with me.
That was said with Vim like he had just left. Not like the season's been and done and it's over and that. That was said with proper Vim. Sorry, go on, carry on, my bad.
I mean, I honestly, I thought Antonio, and I got swept up into the fandom as well as seeing an Antonio in my living room, hoping that he's going to bring us the trophy. You know what I mean?
I did that too for like 2 months, and I saw the way he was playing football, and I was like, you are basically just an Italian Jose.
Yeah, but
without hair.
Yeah, a little bit more spicy, I would say. Jose was kind of just
Mourinho.
like, yeah. He's a spicy Mourinho.
Okay.
And you know what?
Mourinho
I'm kind of okay with Antonio Conte being the martyr for our club. If he can lead to the change, and you know what? Signing Ange Postecoglou on a 4-year deal, that symbols to me that maybe we're not just trying to, you know, rinse, cycle, and repeat over and over like we like to. So it gives me hope, but at the same time, when you're low, you're just grasping at whatever you can get. But Kulusevski is not a string in which I'm like, yeah, I can pull myself up from this. This is just okay. That's fine. That's fine. Talk to me about.
It's like, yeah, that's fine. The only thing I will say is we did see a good Kulo. So you know, when we got him in January,
He did exactly. He can do it.
Yeah, there is potential there. I think our whole team struggled. It's very hard to put the finger on, like, you know, obviously we were very bad for a while under Conte, right? The reason why he got sacked, obviously. So it's very hard to put it on one player. And I won't say, like we've said, Son obviously didn't have his best season. We do know that Son was injured after he posted it, that he actually was playing with an injury for a lot of the time, which
my dog
does explain something. But at least, you know, we got some sort of thing. But I think the whole team struggled other than Kane. Realistically, the whole team struggled. So it's very hard to say, oh, is he just not good enough? Or did he just have a bad season just like the rest of Tottenham? So
yeah. So that does, when you sprinkle that part into my argument of I've seen him play worse for longer than good. You know, that I agree. What is he, 22 years old? I don't like to write kids off. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. I'm looking at it. I'm 32 years old. That guy's a kid in my eyes. You're 22 years old. You're 10 years younger than me. You look like a kid. So I'm not going to write him off. I know some fans might be a little bit quicker to write him off, but that's just not me.
Yeah, that's all good. Big up Surfer here for those that are asking in the chat. The Chelsea rep is here. Like, when have I ever brought you lot one of these crossover shows and you haven't had a representative of one of those teams? Like, it's like
Bye, Kai.
yeah, these guys are hilarious. Like Victor said in the chat, yeah, there's more Spurs fans. Yes, man, there's more Spurs fans. So obviously,
we're
get
not
your
just,
questions
we're
in.
not a dying breed. We do have fans, unfortunately for them.
This is the way he said it. Big up Lewis in the chat as well. And you have asked me this question every day, I think, for like the past 10 days. Flawless Please is the 17th of June. I'm still asking for my mount money. I said, nah, we ain't paying for him. You can hold that. You know what I'm saying? And big up Victor in the cut as well. Larger Victor here in the building. What are you saying, Victor? You good?
Yeah, I think I'm also asking for my mount money as well.
Yeah. And I
That's
tell you the same thing, and that you lot can keep him. You know what I'm saying?
And Arsenal fans as well. You have a deadline till tomorrow. I need my Havertz money.
Jokers. That's what it is. Well, we'll go to this actually from Warrior J. He says, my first question to Eleanor and Jacob, what was your reaction to the 23-24 season fixture list? It looks like Spurs' first 7 games is a tough ride. We'll go to you first, Jacob.
For me, you got to play everyone twice. That's just the rule. So when they do it, it's no matter to me. I more look at, selfishly, I look at what's the closest one to my birthday. I look at when we play Arsenal home and away. Those are matches because to me.
When's your birthday?
November 1st. So technically, Pochettino.
Listen, I know what fixture he's chatting about, and I'll get to it because I actually have a reason why I said that.
Interesting.
What is it?
My dad's birthday's November 4th.
Oh, see, okay. First.
Yeah, and that's Pochettino's.
We play Poch at home.
Yeah, his reunion and the return of Pochettino. I don't know what you want to call it.
For my dad's birthday, we tend to go to every home game.
Let's go.
So on my dad's birthday, we play Chelsea at home, and I'm going to be crying the whole day.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
You know what?
But
that is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That is beautiful.
No, honestly, normally the first thing I look at, right, is obviously, like you said, Arsenal. I look at City at home because that's normally a dub.
Yeah,
true, I do. And I just look at like the general big 6 games, and I didn't really look at I didn't specifically look for it. I just looked for Arsenal, just see home and away, and just generally whatever. I come home and my dad goes to me, "Have you seen who are playing on November 4th?" And I was like, "Why are you mentioning your birthday? Like, what's the big fucking?" I go on it, and he. I actually just died. I was like, "You fucking joking? We're playing Chelsea at home on your birthday, and we're probably going to be there." And I was like, I'm debating not even going to the game, as you lot know. And you lot have been saying I have to go to watch the knee slide.
100% you go and no. We didn't say to go watch the knee slide. We said you go shout abuse at Poch. That's why you need to
But then
go.
you said I'm going to be watching him knee slide.
Potentially, yeah, you got it. And then you shout abuse at him while he's knee sliding. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I could ever do it.
You call him every name under the sun. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, I will probably be crying. I haven't got to the angry stage yet. I don't know when I'll get to the hate stage.
You in the 5 stages?
I'm in the 5 stages of grief. It's like heartbreak, right? It's
let me ask you something. What are you doing? I had this debate on my channel earlier today. What are you doing if he does a lap? If say they win 2-1, 3-1, something, he does a little walk around, clapping, kissing the Chelsea badge. How are we feeling?
At this point, honestly, I don't know. I haven't got to the anger stage, but I'm genuinely in the depression stage. So at this point, I think if he does that, I'm literally, I don't know. I'm literally soulless at this point. That would.
But we've had a few relationships since Pochettino. So for me,
but all I care about is Poch, though. It's like I've had rebounds in it. I've had rebounds
damn. Poor Jose, poor Antonio.
Yeah,
that dude's had it tough.
Italian stallion, and he ended up to be like a bald man.
Just quickly, people, remember this show, yeah? Because all this stuff Ellen is saying leading up into the season. Wait until Chelsea play their first game and he's there in the press conference with the Chelsea. All this love's going out the window. It's all going out the window. It's all. Surfer, what are you telling me, though? You good? You're on mute, fam. You're on mute.
Bloody rookie mistake there.
I did the same thing.
I don't care. I don't care about the fixtures. I don't really care. It's We're playing once a week, so I don't care. I'm just trying to figure out.
He's
what to
living
do.
life. He's got Pochettino.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do for like 5 days leading up to the next game. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking about. Because usually it's like every 3 or 4 days. I look at the first one generally. It's Liverpool. I was hoping it was Man City, so then just get them out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Like early, and also Man City tend not to start sometimes that fast in leagues as well. So it's just getting out of the way. I didn't even know who we got in. I think after Spurs we've got a particular hard run in. I think we've got like City, United, Arsenal, maybe Newcastle, Brighton, Arsenal, something like that in a row. So, but then our end, looking at the fixtures, how they look on paper, the end of the season's looking quite fine. In terms of like, well, obviously on paper, we don't know by the time we get there, it might be important fixtures. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, November 4th, pre fireworks night, yeah.
I cannot wait for that game. That game, obviously, we're gonna do watch-alongs for all the games anyway, people. But that game in particular is I'm like, all right, let's see what happens here.
If I'm on the channel after that game,
if we win that game, I want him to do what all away managers do and go to that section.
So honestly, these lot better pipe the fuck down. God.
The old, hang on, the old Chris, but you know.
Oh, enough.
And
enough.
Have y'all come up with a new song, or y'all just gonna use the Magic song?
No, we're gonna use the Magic song.
That song's fire. You know what I'm saying? That is a fire.
Why would he change classic?
I actually am dying.
I know. Some Spurs fans, that really is gonna hurt hearing Chelsea fans sing that.
When they might think he's Chelsea, you know, and I actually cannot because I'm not fucking Chelsea.
That's a
oh my god, I actually feel like this is a joke and it's not.
It does feel like a weird, twisted parallel universe when you think about where we were that night in Amsterdam. And someone told you after that night, like, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you the result, but just know one day Pochettino is going to be coaching and managing for Chelsea. That's actually.
Can you imagine if someone told you after Battle of the Bridge when Moussa Dembele and, you know, Lamela stepping on hands and Dembele scratching faces and all that, and that we would actually get Conte and they would get Pochettino.
It's insane. It's insane. But the thing for me, though, I kind of asked you this earlier, was like,
Poch has got better hair.
He does got good hair, and honestly, the all black suit is nice on Pochettino. He better not wear the all black.
Now the all black suit's gonna look nice, and then they'll have like the Chelsea badge. Like,
no, you need to just enough.
What? Just that don't even make sense. Just enough.
Just
what?
Stop. Enough.
I'm just telling the people, what could happen. That is not a possibility that he's there in the black suit with the Chelsea emblem.
It's awful, isn't it? It's actually awful. How can you go from that beautiful badge to wearing Chelsea's badge?
I think it's subjective, but yeah.
But let's be fair. He went to Paris in between. It's not straight on.
Yeah, and we've had a few relationships. That's kind of where I stand. Is I fell in love with Jose Mourinho. He got us to a final. I was excited for that, and then we sacked him. I'm sorry. And I didn't really care for Nuno, but you know what? Sometimes when it's been 70 plus days, you just need somebody. You need a warm body. And guess what? Nuno was that for us. So I'm gonna keep it real. Nuno, but guess what else he did? He left, and he's won now 2 consecutive titles. So he's out there winning trophies. That's fun to think about. I think Conte will do the same here shortly whenever he gets announced wherever he goes.
We're in the Premier League, but anyway. Am I really gonna get into Jose?
No,
you tell me if I'm going to get into
we'll go there afterwards.
Bullshit.
We'll go there.
Mr. Mourinho to you.
There's no need to go. You know what I'm saying?
And the meme too of the water bottle meme where he's in the chair. I love that. Jose was a great character. Hilarious.
But what I will say, Eleanor, is all this hatred you have for Mourinho is all well and good, but you need to transfer that over to, Mauricio. That's where that's got to go. He's now the new enemy. He's the enemy.
I have his book still, right? So I have Poch's book.
You gotta turn that around or put it face down now.
Thing is, I keep it displayed in like my Tottenham stuff and whatever. And like now I just don't know what to do.
You gotta take that. What do you mean you don't know what to do? You gotta take that out. Like, what
It's
do you
just
mean?
awful, innit?
You gotta take that. It's a wrap, Eleanor. Sorry to break it. It's over. You know what I'm saying? The shit
Ah.
is over. It's done.
There's a reason. There's a reason it
with you
ends
and
in
Maurizio.
NO.
It's over.
There's a reason his name ends in NO. Pochettino. No more. No mas. It's done. It's over. It's time to move on. Fall in love with the big Australian Greek man.
I mean,
it's
that's
time.
facts. We love our Greeks around here.
There you go.
Okay,
and
you
you
know.
part Greek, right?
I'm full Greek.
Oh, you full Greek, right then? So you full Greek then.
Hey,
so there you go.
big up to the dub
Cosmopolitan.
today. Big
That's
up to
where
the
you need
dub
to show
today
your
as
love.
well.
Facts.
Right, that's where
Yeah.
it is. It's a wrap. Hey, Lewis, yeah, I've sent you the link. Hey, everyone in the chat, continue to get your questions in. Please keep up Manchester United, Chelsea, all Spurs related. Over 90 of you lot in the building. Only at 35 likes, though. What are we doing? Girls up to 50 likes, people. Girls up to 50 likes. Lewis, I've hit you up as well. Where are we going to go to next? Victor, we'll go to you, actually, because we was talking about this on the Q&A earlier. Onana, because you was confident that he's Chelsea bound. Now reports have come out saying Chelsea out of the race. Talk to me. Or us, I should say.
Yeah, I think it's quite. I think for 50 minutes for him, I thought in my head it made sense that Chelsea would go ahead and snap it off because for 50 million you pulled off a champion like a world in the Champions League final. In my opinion, made sense and was payable. I guess the people in Chelsea board it didn't make sense. They're trying to look for something cheaper, which I honestly don't understand. And in my personal opinion, I think it would be revisited because this is my opinion. I think they're trying to sort out Caicedo and the other midfielders and a striker, and then see what they have left for Onana and get him. That's what I think will happen, or my opinion of what probably will happen. Because I know they're linked with Mike Mignon and just Mike Mignon. I just think they're trying to do a few things at a time, which I respect. Like the window's only been 3 days. It's more probably 3 days, so there is enough time, in my opinion, to find another goalkeeper. No, sorry, to come back to Onana and then finish what is important, which is getting players out, and then midfield, and then most likely a striker.
All right, first. You got a fan on as well, fam.
Oh yeah. Don't turn off.
I can hit the fan. Just turn it off when you're not talking. It's calm. Surfer, what are you saying? Onana as well.
I think it's a tactic. I think it's a tactic because we're not going to give them. Funny enough, we weren't reciprocating their offer to take 2 of our players on cheap loans, so that's why. That will probably come back to revisit again. I don't think we're out of a race. I just think it's sort of like they're making us go, well, if you really want him, come back to us in a week or so with about trying to include Lukaku and Koulibaly in deals or something like that. That's what I think. It's just a tactic. It's just a ploy, really. And people go, oh, maybe Man United are in it. That's what I said to you earlier in the Q&A. Your budget without the takeover is not. You're not going to spend half your budget on a goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? You know how good he is? And I do believe he's very good. I just don't think Man United at the moment, pre-takeover, are in a race for him. Like I said, I just think it's a tactical ploy. It's like, okay, well, there are other goalkeepers out there. They might try and go for Martinez at Villa. Maybe try and get him out of there. Don't know how much that's going to be. Probably about another 30, 40 million. Probably to get him out. It's cheaper than Onana. I don't think Mike Magnon's on anyone's table, not 80 million. Even though I think goalkeepers are very important. I'd pay 80 million for a great goalkeeper. But I just don't think he's even on the table to begin with. And I've got reservations over Raya for me. Diogo Costa's got a 75 million euro buyout. And that's an issue as well. And I've got reservations over him. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I will change my prediction for Chelsea if Kepa's still in goal. I just will.
That makes sense.
I just will. I will be very annoyed. Unless somehow Poch turns this guy into an unbelievable, or his goalkeeping coach is an unbelievable savant.
Poch can turn anyone unbelievable.
He is magic,
He is
He's
actually
magic,
magic.
yeah.
I was
magic.
going to make that joke, but I was like, there's low hanging fruit.
He is
Oh,
magic.
now you call me out for picking the low fruit.
That was a
I
low-
really
Sometimes the low
believe
apple
he's
could
the
be
right person for
tastiest.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
As upsetting
But
as
I
it is.
just don't think Kepa. I don't think Kepa's it. So I'll wait and see. But we need a goalkeeper in ASAP for me.
You
Get them
do
established.
you do need a goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's
I
part
agree with
of the spine. It's the start.
Yeah.
For me, it's the most important position on the pitch.
He's
so-
vitally important. Hopefully,
Part
it's Kepa
spine.
or
So-
Mendy. I'm hoping so. You know what I'm saying
Hugo
Like,
Lloris is looking for a move.
Hey, Flawless, you just yeah.
yeah, you don't like that one, do you, dickhead? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, you know
All
what
these
do you
jokes
mean?
you've been
What you talk
making.
about? What you talk about?
All these jokes you got
Yeah,
at me
yeah,
in it.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't like it when the
Yeah,
shoes on the other foot.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about?
dickhead. Yeah,
Yeah,
this guy.
yeah.
This guy.
I see. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's
This
right.
guy's you're a proper nub, you know. I swear.
Yeah, you take that back.
Yeah. You don't like it. What are you saying though, Lewis? You good?
Yeah, all good. Just waiting for these here we goes, but they're gonna come. What are you man saying?
I'm blessed. Yeah, I know you just come off your stream. Turn your mic down a little bit though, fam. You know
Oh
what I'm
fuck
saying?
yeah, my
It's all
bad.
good, fam. It's all blessed. But yeah, same question to you, man. It seems reports have come out saying Onana is now not Chelsea bound. What are you saying? It could be Kepa, could be Mendy. We got a goalkeeper for sale if you need one. We got a couple.
There's other names out there, but like Andrew said, I am not here for either Mendy or Kepa being our number one next season. Sunk cost, they ain't gonna. I don't care. I'm not here for either of them. I need a goalkeeper. There's other options. Like I actually don't mind David Raya being an option. I actually think he's a little bit underrated in some aspects. I know there's that Valencia goalkeeper. There's a little bit of hype around him, but let's be real, we're not scouts. They should have had other goalkeepers looked at for months. I just expect the goalkeeper to come through the door. Hopefully someone that gives us a little bit of confidence. But the bar's in hell. Like, a lot of goalkeepers could upgrade. We could just get Keylor Navas on loan for a season. I'd be happy. I wouldn't have any problems with that. So, yeah, if you don't want to join us, don't care. Mignon don't want to join us, don't care. We'll find someone else.
It's all right. United are getting Pickford, so it's fun.
Yeah,
You can hold that Flawless.
I don't want that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, mate.
yeah,
You gotta have
yeah,
Lukaku, mate. Yeah.
This
What do you mean? Lukaku doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
This guy's
Enjoy Mount and Martial next season.
Yeah. Enjoy
Hey, Mount
Gallagher,
Bruno and
man.
Casemiro, man.
I can't wait for Mount and Gallagher to stay at your club. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be
I
beautiful.
can't wait for them to go to your club.
That would be funny if it was happening.
We weren't even linked. We ain't even been linked to Gallagher.
No, we'll just send you him anyway. We'll just send you him anyway.
Just send him through.
In
Just
Mount's back of his boot. Yeah, he's boot. Yeah.
Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
You better
Yeah.
Egypt. But
You
we'll
got a
switch
9-month trial.
Cool.
That's what you got
Yeah,
there.
whatever, man. We'll go back to Spurs. Jacob, we'll go to you. Obviously, your club linked to James Maddison. Thoughts? You did
And
get
Conor
linked to
Gallagher.
Maddison. Yeah, we'll get to the Gallagher stuff, but Maddison first. I think Gallagher's a short conversation. But yeah, go on, Jacob.
James Maddison for me, obvious. He'd make a difference in this attack. I think that like 2 out of the last 3 years he's contributed to 20 plus goals in the Premier League, 30 plus, something like that, all competitions. So he obviously would come in and make a difference. Now, there's a little bit of me that I don't necessarily like plucking players from relegated teams right the first year fresh off it, because I just worry about the mindset. When you look at Tottenham Hotspur as a club, all these players, there's a mindset issue. And it starts at the top. It starts with Hugo Lloris, our skipper. He quit on us at halftime. It goes down to, look at who's next, Eric Dyer. He in the summertime, he's hanging out with Dave Portnoy, laughing at the fact that we don't win anything. You have players like that consuming space, breathing air in your locker room. It's toxic, and it affects other players. It's a trickle-down effect. I mean, shit rolls downhill. It's just science. So, for me, I don't even remember the original question because I start thinking about Eric Dyer and I get really fucking angry. So
Hey, this is Sarcasm City. Get it off your chest, man. Jacob, we've had this conversation
You know
before.
what?
Eric Dyer, the floor is yours.
I just
man.
wanted to say, I didn't
Go
expect
on.
him to be so like, I don't know, like have so many opinions on players. Like, he kind of came
Hey,
across
Eleanor.
to me as like you're gonna be like, oh, everyone's great, but you're not, and I appreciate
this
that.
This is me. This is Sarcasm City. We picked the best here. Apart from Ryan, we picked the best here. Like, you should know this already. You're not new here. Like that's it. That's the one.
No,
that
that's true.
is a
It's
bad
true.
thing.
We always
Like,
have
you
good
know,
content.
yeah, this is it. Well, yeah, go on, Jacob. Carry on. Eric Dyer, the floor is yours.
He's been here 10 years. About to give him one of them cool watches with the Tissot. I think that's who we got our partnership with is Tissot. We're gonna give him a nice watch. Say thank you, Eric Dyer, for your service. Here's a 3-year contract. To me, that's just an example of the shambles that this club is in. The mindset, like I have this rule that if your name's not Harry Kane or Heung-min Son, or as I like to call him, Heung-min Daddy, you can hit the pause on me all you want. I'm gonna say it how I see it. He's the greatest. But aside from that, you know I had to do it, Flaws.
That's
I'm
a bit
sorry.
wild. That's a bit wild.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said,
Hey, but it's
I
all
mean,
good.
I'll call him Heung-min Daddy all I want.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is, I
yeah,
don't think too much about that
you gotta
thing.
carry
You
on
know,
in it. Yeah.
when it comes to those two players, if your name's not one of them two, and you've been here for 4 or more years, you got to get out. That's just the general rule of thumb at this point. And that's a lot of players. You look at Ben Davies. He's been here 10 years also. What has he done aside from
he's been at your club 10 years.
Ben Davies? Yeah, he's been here 10 years.
Right. The thing is with Tottenham and players like this, the problem that we have is we always keep players on that were bench players to starters. That's the problem. Ben Davies and players like that are not problems as a bench player here and cup team player, just injury player kind of thing. When they become starters, that's your issue. That happens with Tottenham all the time. We saw it happen to Trippier. Now we see it happen to Ben Davies and so on and so forth. You have certain players that come in as bench players, and that's fine. They're not that good. They're not improving. And then we just don't spend the money and they end up becoming starters. And that tends to what ruins these players. For example, like I mentioned, Trippier, right? When he came in, obviously now he's done well at Newcastle, but the situation was he was there as a bench player. He then ended up to be a starter and he didn't live up to the expectation, and that's what then ruined him in the long run. Same thing with Ben Davies. People like to say, oh, he's consistent and he's consistently average, and that's not good enough. And at the end of the day, I understand doesn't purposely, he's not one of these rash players that does this and that. And I'm not saying there's not worse, but he's not good enough. You look at the top 6, regardless of, who was there. They're not going to swap any of their players for Ben Davies in their team. And this is the problem at Tottenham. We always end up, as I say, starters always, when they leave, the bench players end up becoming starters. And it's not because they're good enough. It's just that we don't spend the money on someone that's good enough.
But that's the question. Sorry, Flaws. I was saying that's the question I asked to a lot of people, Spurs fans, non-Spurs fans. Think about the caliber of a player you would want around your club for 10 years. Just think the first 3 names, and they're probably historically very good players, Maldini, Pele, Messi. I'll take them for 10 plus. You start naming, let's narrow it down. Defenders. What defenders in the history of the sport would you keep around your club for 10 years? And when you think about those players, where does Eric Dyer stand with them? Where does Ben Davies stand with them? Davinson Sanchez is coming up on 6-7 years.
Jesus, has it been that long? He's been at your club?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
How long's Dyer been there?
Dyer, 10. He will be starting his 10th.
Well,
yeah.
Dyer was different.
I think he just completed his 9th officially, so he'll be starting his 10th.
He's going to have a
testimonial.
Yeah,
when we got him and he was in that midfield, he was good enough at that sense of the time, when we first got him, and he came in as a youngster in the midfield. But when they do these things when players get worse and they just think they can still keep them in the team and just drop them further back until
they need to put him back in midfield, man. That's the plan.
No, put his ass on a plane to another country, get his ass the fuck away from Tottenham.
Take him back to Portugal, let him meet Joe's long-lost family, because they're clearly father and son. Let them have their
most expensive translator talking about 3-year extension. Come on.
This giving him a contract extension just tells you the ambition that the club is setting.
No, I'm convinced that Eleanor, I'm actually convinced that they have a group chat with Daniel Levy, Hugo, the little player committee that they got. You know how I consulted with the player committee to see, do we want Stellini here? And they said no, because we just got stomped by Newcastle. And what else happened? Oh, Hugo Lloris has a phantom injury that conveniently keeps him out just until the season ends. Now he's healthy, ready to go to whoever wants him. Saudi, whoever wants a France team, who wants Hugo.
Oh, let's not disrespect Hugo.
It's not disrespect. He disrespected himself and the badge. He quit on us at halftime after letting 5 go through. And I'm a goalkeeper.
Eleanor, do you think he quit at halftime? Just quickly before Jacob continues, just a quick question.
I think with Hugo, he's more of a fan at this point. He gets angry, and I believe if he said "fuck this," it's because he's pissed off with the situation.
Well, yeah, you're having a shit day at work, but then you don't get to leave at lunchtime.
He was at the top of his career. He was fucking excellent, and he still fucking stayed at this club when he could have been going and winning things for every other
Whose
club.
fault is that, though?
I always respect Hugo giving us that
Whose
much time.
fault is that, though, if he stayed here too long? Is that Harry Kane's fault that he stayed here too long now?
I respect it, though, because there are players out there that have run as soon as they've seen the lights, and and they could have, and he could have been one of them. Keeping that caliber of Hugo Lloris in goal was something that Tottenham would. First few seasons, we never thought we'd do. He stayed here for a decade and was solid. Let's be real. It's only the last couple of years where he's been going downhill. I will always respect Hugo because I feel like he's been solid. He clearly loves the club, regardless of what people say. He clearly loves the club because as much as he stayed.
When did he get injured during Newcastle? He loved the club so much he just left at halftime after an ass whooping, an embarrassment. I think it was a record, 5 goals in 21 minutes.
I'm not saying now it's the same. I'm saying I will always respect his job because he did a job for us for a very, very long time. There's some players out there where I could only dream of them doing that sort of stuff.
Well, but that same note, you didn't. I'm not. Okay, I was gonna make a very bad comparison. I was gonna compare Ben Davies because you were just saying that Ben Davies turning average performances for years. There were performances in which Hugo was amazing or excellent.
For years though, consistently.
I agree.
Let's not forget that.
I agree. And granted, at the beginning of the season, I was saying we could probably still get at least 1 to 2 more years out of this guy. I was saying that, but this season completely changed my mind. And I'm not even talking about when he's playing volleyball with Bukayo Saka's shot and he decided to just let that thing go this way.
Listen, I don't deny that he's not good enough now. Don't deny that he's turned shit. No one's denying that. What I don't like is us acting like the guy didn't give us how long of his career.
That's fine.
He could have been playing anywhere.
But if I'm dating a woman for 10 years and she cheats on me once, that's enough to say goodbye forever. I'll never talk to you again. That's how I see it. I
think it's very fucking harsh to do that to Hugo, considering the amount of time that he's been here, the disrespect he got from the fans for a couple of years, just because he was on the decline. We still wouldn't replace him to that standard. Now, obviously, with Raya and everything, I think that's a great replacement. I think that is probably one of the best people we could get in, obviously, as a goalkeeper. Because
he's the captain. He's the captain. He's the man supposed to lead the men, right, in the battle. He's supposed. And what did he do? Well, what did he do? What did he do after conceding 5, a record amount of goals? He didn't do it. He quit on us.
We haven't had situations where
he said, "I got a bad back. Take me out.
Sorry,
I broke my back."
Fan where the guy threw all our players under the bus. So don't sit there and talk shit about Hugo when you like Jose after saying getting whooped 3-0 at fucking West Ham and then saying me and my coaching staff were second to none. Basically blaming all the fucking players, but you like Jose, but you go on.
Well, our players are ass, and I do blame our players for a lot of our performances and the reason why we crumble under pressure.
I see both. Hold up. I do see both sides to it in regards to, yes, the restaying and the sentiment in regards to that. However, I do see the flip side.
The difference is it's just one isolated incident.
It's one. No. It's one isolated incident, but it's one isolated incident that should not happen.
It shouldn't happen, but it also doesn't really negate everything that happened.
No, it don't negate. That's what I'm saying. That's why I see both sides. I 110% see both sides.
Yeah, I'm petty as fuck, so I don't care. You quit on me once, that's enough for me to write everything off.
I get you, and that's fair of your metric. But before we continue, you lot overall see that great content as always on here, people. There's over 100 people in the building, only at 50 likes.
Me and other Spurs fans is scary.
It's cool, man. Don't worry about it.
It's only Jess that gets it.
I didn't hear what you said.
Talking about her and the Spurs fans. I'm like, it's Carmelo, don't worry about it, man.
Oh no, it's all love. I'm very personal about it when it comes to Hugo because I played keeper all my life. I consider myself a part of the goalkeeper union, and I've defended him. I put my neck out there. Yeah, you want to see my card? Hang on.
He's right. He's been.
I'll get it for you in a second. But the point. Yeah, you got to be a keeper to know about it. It's like Fight Club. You got to know about it to know about it. You know what I mean? You didn't play keeper and you don't know about it. You know.
Old tight goalkeepers, man.
Yeah, talk to him.
So I stuck my neck out and I defended this guy, and I took a lot of shit from Spurs fans. Hugo's washed,
You're
Hugo's done,
hurt.
and I said, okay, well, when you got when you got Eric Dyer in front of you, you got Ben Davies in front of you. Yeah, you might not be that great of a keeper when they're putting 10 shots in the first half on target. I mean, come on.
When
So
you
I
have
do.
managers that like to, concede 10 shots in a first half. But
I'm
carry
sorry.
on. Especially when you've got a manager that likes to concede 10 shots in a half. But
that's one thing that I still can't get over is you lot conceding 63 goals last season. That is crazy.
Playing pragmatic football. People telling me, can you imagine us playing attacking? I'm sorry, is this any better? At least I'd have a fucking chance.
Yeah, go on, Lewis. What you saying?
Flawless deep that 63 goals, and then we went to White Hart Lane and we couldn't score.
Yeah, both your teams are so bad, innit? Yeah, up the Chelsea, up the fucking Chelsea.
That's weird. They conceded. They conceded 63 goals playing defensive football. We were trying to play attacking football and couldn't score. Oh my god! I just deep that.
Yeah, but at least you fucking tried.
We
literally said to everyone, "No, walk all over us. It's cool. It's cool. We ain't gonna do shit."
Well, you did.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
you
got
continue to get your questions in as well. Please keep in mind Manchester United, Chelsea.
Hey, Jose still got us to a final. Whatever you want to say about Jose, he still got us to a final.
Hey, Jacob, I'm trying to kill that death.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He got us to a final. He got us to a final.
I don't know how much Jacob has watched
with
me on here.
You know what it is? Now I fully know, I have more, and when I speak to him next, I'm going to let him know. Now I know how Matisse feels when me and Hassan are unbattled enough. I get it now. Like, I fully understand.
Jose got us to many finals as well.
Let's honestly, if it's going to be a Jose love stream, I'm going to get onto
my
all
goat,
of you.
man.
Eleanor, they're
playing.
However,
I think I've been good. I've really held back when you spoke about Jose because it's going to go off.
Yeah, but Jose, he did win my team a double, but yeah, we move. But yeah, 80 likes people.
Oh, if you said treble,
your team did finals as well, didn't it?
Did as well.
Same here. Treble are honestly shameless as fuck.
I mean, he won us 3 Premier Leagues, so.
My God, right, we ain't.
It's basically a free beating, eh?
Before we continue to hype mode, you're saying send me the link. This is not an open show like that. Fan calling show every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. I don't know why man are just randomly asking for a link. So yeah, just clarify. Fan calling show is on the Twitch every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. UK time for anyone who may be.
Do you know what I think will happen? I think what happened. You saw Lewis say send me the link, and he thought, "Oh, it's an open invitation to anyone who wants."
Yeah, you gotta work your way in.
Like Lewis didn't help build the city. Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? In that, like,
do you know what? We just put Prime's comment up on the screen, please.
Yeah, we'll do.
Do you know
what?
what? Do you know what? This guy's not even a subscriber. He's not even a member. He's asking for a link.
Remember the channel is jokes. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Timo, who says, "This guy's super chat. What? Where are you at? Oh yeah, you're away. That's
he's in Indonesia.
Yeah. So this guy spent like
as if he'd not be here, especially if I'm there.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? You right? You know what I'm saying? Talk your shit.
He's just happy you're in our group chat now. That's all it is.
Yeah, talk your shit. Respect Jose Mourinho, please. 95 points. Thanks for that, Timo. I suppose.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. I suppose we move and that.
Just no.
That being said, Eleanor, we'll stay on Spurs. You lot been linked with James Madison actually. Yeah,
that's what we were talking about, and I somehow wrapped it around a Dyer. My bad.
Yeah, it's cool, man. No stress, man.
I like Madison as a player. As a purely a football player, I think he's good. I think he will add something into our midfield. I'm good with the signing. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here in line act like the guy's not talented. I just don't like the guy as a person because he's chatted a lot of shit about us in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? What's he? Wait.
Yeah, he did, the motherfucker.
What did he say? What did he?
He's a gooner, isn't it? Like he's
that makes sense.
Motherfucker.
And he I don't know. He just hates us, innit? Like genuinely.
He tweeted something like, "I hope City beat their ass. Fuck the Spurs." Yeah.
Yeah.
He hates us. I'll go one further. He's an Arsenal fan. I despised him. I'd still take him at my club tomorrow. Like,
no. I understand that. It's just really when we beat them and I see his stupid little face crying, I get excited. Yeah. So it'll be annoying when, like, obviously he's on our team. If you know what I mean.
That's a good point. I like that point too.
Just to clarify, so you don't like James Madison just
as a person, not as a person.
Player. Yeah. You dislike him as a person because of what he said about your football club, him being a gooner. But Poch in the Chelsea, you know what I'm saying, uniform over there managing.
Poch hasn't actually said anything to disrespect my club yet. Poch was waiting for us to call him, and we didn't call him. So who do I blame?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So let's say hypothetically he does say some disrespectful shit to Spurs.
Oh,
Like,
then
because you
I'll
like him
honestly, I actually think I'll
What?
be so disappointed.
like,
I'll
like,
be
like
so
a month.
disappointed in him because I believe in him that he won't do that.
If
Alright,
you sign
thanks.
Maddison, will you do the same video you did for Doherty when he had the Arsenal connections and stuff like that? You know,
Well,
when he
no,
had
but the thing is with Doherty,
I fucking hated that video. That set me off. I was like, Doherty is such an unserious person to even agree to do this. Because the thing is, I've worked in multiple sports organizations. That's not you approach a player with an idea of a video and you say, hey, what do you think about this? And they either say yeah or no, that sounds fucking stupid. And he
Can I
didn't
just say
sit
that?
there
I
and say
feel like
that
we
is a
can just
stupid ass
ignore it.
video idea.
It would be weird if we just ignored it and act like he wasn't a gooner when he actually was.
Yeah.
Who was it doing?
Doherty.
Oh, was he?
He
Okay,
used to
fine.
tweet that he hated us and shit like that.
And then
What
he
do you
started
think?
playing.
Fuck Spurs
What do you think?
and
What do you
Doing
think,
the video.
Eleanor,
come
what do you-
on. I was
What do you
pissed.
think? What do you think Poch's video is going to be at Chelsea? I don't know. What you thinking?
I just enough. Like I don't need to think about it longer than it just like is there. But like when it comes to Madsen as a player, I think he's great. I think he will add to us. But the stuff he said about us and stuff, it just pisses me off. Like, for example, when we beat Leicester in 30 seconds left of the game and we were 2 goals down, do you know how happy I was to see Madsen's face upset? I don't think you understand. I was literally like, fuck off.
And who was the manager then when we did that?
Oh my God.
Under Conte.
Oh
When
no.
Oh, sorry. I just want to make sure we knew.
This guy, yo.
Hey, I like this.
I like winners. I like winners. Hate me for it. I like people who win things.
I'm not talking about the winners part. I'm saying never mind. Go on, Eleanor, carry on.
You like people that win things, you should come Chelsea.
Yeah, you,
I like
you
this.
people-
No.
I like this Spurs civil war.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Same.
Good
I'm a
Drinking that drink
I
to
go
the
away.
Spurs Civil
Do you know
War.
what's funny? Can I just
Well, yeah.
can I reply to that? Funny enough, you like winners, but you seem to make a lot of excuses for winners losing.
Like Harry Kane
No,
or like Heung-min Son. Do I make excuses for them too?
wait. You still have people like Jose. They lost the game called El Jurassico. They lost the game called El Jurassico to Steve Bruce Newcastle.
Flawless.
3-0 to a manager in
That's-
prison. And
Can we place Jez or Jacob?
As much as you know what?
No, all love to Jez. I love Jez.
Nah.
Hey, you know what? You're the only one. Hey, Jez, if you're watching, fuck you. How about that?
Yeah, fuck you, Jez. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, hold that, Jez. Hold that, man.
Yeah,
I
fuck
think it's
you.
raining.
There you go. A
Well,
little Sour Patch
raining.
Kid for you.
I'm saying, I hope you step on the plug, stock it when you. I hope you step on the plug when you step out of bed. You know what I'm saying?
I
Oh,
hope,
no.
You know what? I hope your chargers break. That's what I hope.
Oh my god, you know.
Don't wish that because my phone actually I have to finagle it every single night just to get the damn wire to connect and charge my phone. It's a
Hey,
motherfucker.
Jez, I hope you trip on the beach and get a face full of sand. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I hope for. You know?
Oh, is he with Eddie in Mexico?
Nah. He used to say he's in Spain. You know what I'm saying? Eddie's
Oh,
in
okay.
Mexico.
A different
But,
beach.
uh,
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
sunburnt. That's what I hope, man.
Man, the jokers. Swear now. Shout out to Jez though. Hey, over 115 of you like in the building. How are we only at 56 likes? What are we doing? Hey,
What
we're
is
clearly
this? A
enjoying
Kai
the
Havertz
content.
conversion rate?
Hey, hit
56
them likes.
What's going on? Continue to bump up the likes and get your questions in as well. Like I said, keep it Manchester United, Chelsea, all Spurs related. Eleanor, all jokes aside though, are you going to that game? The Spurs Chelsea game
What,
at your
innit?
stadium.
I have to.
Are you going? All right,
Yeah.
cool. But that first.
Are you
What's he
booing?
watching?
Are you gonna boo? Or are you gonna be silent? Or are you gonna cheer?
I'm gonna see how I feel in the day. I might be crying. Who knows?
Hello,
Well, that's a
darkness,
fair.
my old
That's fair.
friend.
That's fair.
Just letting people know that we'll be
Was that the sound of darkness?
This guy's a dick, yo. This guy is a dick, yo. I swear.
Which one? 'Cause
That's
you're all
bad funny.
dicks.
Who, me? What did I do shit?
What he say? Fuck me for?
What did you say fuck me for? But yeah, that being said, obviously I think United
I'm
I think, we
flawless.
play,
Exactly.
I think we play away at Spurs and away at Arsenal early. Hey, if anyone can get me a ticket, I want to go to one of these big 6 away games. So shout me. You know what I'm saying? I know one of you like in the chat can sort man out. Hook me up, please. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
We
just
play
say-
Spurs, I think second game.
I can
and
sort
then
you
I
a
think
Chelsea United ticket.
The most
What
I
in
can
the United end?
the Tottenham ticket
No.
at home, but as in
Yeah, nah, I want to be in the away. I don't want. Who do I be?
which
Chelsea
is not
fans for?
comfy.
Yeah, that's not it. I'm saying in that. Like, why would I want to
It's,
be?
always, it's better in the home end anyway.
No, I'm in the way end. I want to be with my own. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with you. Look, I'm cool on that. So, like, Because United will score, I end up cheering, and it's a wrap for man. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Like, we'll
Nah,
Get
you
your
be fine.
Chelsea
We'll
shirt,
protect you.
can blend
We'll
in.
protect you. You be fine.
yeah, sure.
Get a Mount United shirt. They'll probably accept it.
Yeah. This guy, that's a disgusting. Oh, you like that one, Eleanor? Is that funny? Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Big up Timo with a super chat. Away days at Liverpool Street, drinking beer cans, throwing celery, singing Pochettino's song, getting into a scuffle with Tottenham fans. I'm here for it. Just to clarify, thanks for the super chat. I suppose, Timo, nobody be fighting out there over no football shit, first and foremost.
He
Secondly,
doesn't
You
do
do
this.
scrap at games, bro.
yeah, secondly, Timo, and you lot, there's enough Chelsea fans in here. You lot, actually, I'm glad he mentioned this. What is it with Chelsea and this association to celery? What is it?
Basically, in like back when we were shit and we were never going to Wembley, we couldn't do the Wembley chant, so we just chanted about celery instead.
Just
That's
random.
basically yeah. Because the chant was about Wembley, but we were.
I thought it'd be like the tea lady, like cut up celery for the players or something like that.
No,
Maybe
carrots
I don't
doesn't
know.
rhyme, does it? With
One of the
Wembley?
top blues or something.
Yeah,
came
exactly.
Out with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it's
can't
celery-
celery rhymes. Wait, because
celery
celery
Wembley.
rhymes with Wembley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
celery
why?
Wembley.
So
Yeah,
Wembley.
We can't do
was
sweet
celery.
corn, can we? Can't do sweet corn. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
I'd even
doesn't
clock it
No.
rhyme, Joe. That I can't believe that shit. That is so bad.
you can't do
So
broccoli.
you lot sang about.
Oh, we could
celery
have done
because you could get
broccoli.
to
We
Wembley.
could have done broccoli.
Actually, you could have.
We could have
Yeah.
broccoli.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Nah, I think
I don't know,
celery's
maybe
better.
celery was easier to sneak in.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you lot are Egypt. I swear on my life. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
not going to throw that piece of celery, are you? No, it's just a half-time refreshment.
Yeah, facts. That being said, Jacob, like I'm saying, like my club, you lot have been linked, you know what I'm saying, to a much lesser extent with Chelsea cast-offs. Conor Gallagher, talk to me.
Pretty good.
I thought he had a decent year that 1 year at Crystal Palace, but outside of that, I ain't seen much. I know he did have the goal of the month in April for Chelsea though, so that was big. Maybe he
the
can
only
take
goal.
that award.
It was the only goal, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was.
It's
That's what I was
deflected
saying.
as well.
Yeah. Hey, goal of the month, baby. Come on, give him his credit. No, I think there's some kind of a player there. Whether it's a decent player, I think remains to be seen. I think he's shown us this season to not be good enough. I think it's just kind of a lateral move. Would I take him in starting over Pierre-Emile Højbjerg? Yeah, sure. Why not? Would I take him starting over Skip? Hell yeah. I think Skip needs to go. So he's an upgrade for us, but is it a signing in which...
Sixes or eights?
I'm sorry?
Do they play for sixes or eights for you guys?
Typically sixes, both of
Yeah,
them.
no. You
be honest, I don't
want-
think
But
you
that's
know.
the thing is we're going to be changing that when we play with Ainge. That's just how we ran it with Conte.
He's
When we
further
got
forward, you might get something, but I wouldn't
That-
put money on.
when he had that forward role with Palace, I thought he was actually a decent player, and I said, man, I wouldn't mind getting his hit on a loan, doing them Spurs loan deals. You know, we like them, so thought maybe we could do something like that. But obviously, he was still with Chelsea, so maybe I mean, I think he's an upgrade above Skip, above Højbjerg, above everyone else that we got other than Basuma. Maybe Bentancur, I don't know, but I don't think he's going to come back from his injury. So there's a definite hole in the midfield at Spurs, and we need somebody, especially because I think Ainge is going to need a creative 10, in some facet. Now, it remains to be seen. But Conor Gallagher, don't really rate him, don't really hate him. He's just kind of meh.
It's just
Right,
there.
Fez? Yeah, Fez. I don't know. She's there. Ellen, are you there?
He's unseasoned potato salad. That's what this guy is, right?
His cheeks.
He is. He's a.
Have
he's
you
a
seen
dog
Oliver
that-
Skip play?
He's a dog that zooms around. You know the dog that zooms around. You know, up and down the garden, runs out of energy.
But can he catch
No,
the
that-
ball?
No, he can't
no,
control the
no,
ball.
he can't.
So
No, he chases
that's the
first
problem.
touch.
Yeah.
That's the problem. How can I
He
test
chases it.
He chases it, yeah. He runs. You know what I mean? Whether he gets there or not is different.
Oh, he just keeps running.
He's running, yeah. I mean, he never
Doesn't
stops.
stop.
I mean, you know,
Doesn't
that's
stop.
what I mean. And you know that if you were in the Champions League, you know that stat where they put how much the players run, like 5.4. I mean, he'd be top, like that.
Oh,
I mean,
was we're talking about Gallagher because all I hear
He'd
is
beat
we're
the
talking
bleak
about
test.
Gallagher. I asked
He'd
Jacob
beat the
about
bleak
it.
test, yeah.
I'm just asking that you've not been linked with him. That's all, Eleanor. I just
It's
came in here
Galadog.
asking the
Galadog.
questions.
Yeah,
That's all.
Gala dog.
We just asking questions to get thoughts to see if there's any good out of this. That's
Yeah.
all.
Do you want my thoughts? I'm not Ange out.
Yeah, I did ask, but you muted yourself. But yeah, go on there. Give us your thoughts then.
I'm not Ange out, but this is questionable. So sort your shit out because I'm not having this roadrunner on my team. Not doing it.
Hey, but the
Give me
expected.
I got you a free Jerseys FC Spurs Gallagher shirt if it happens.
You need to up you.
The expected
You ain't
presses
getting
per game though
for
will
any
help.
of these players. About
I
giving
think
my money. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing. I don't understand what this guy offers to anyone. I don't see what you could. So what I've heard is that I've just been a fan of him for ages. What have you been a fan of? Do you like runners? Because
Who said that though? Did Ainge say that, or are we talking some reporter on Twitter?
What was the source? That is a good question.
Yeah,
I've been interested in him for a while.
But who said that? I mean, they also said Antonio Conte was interested in Adama Traore.
Well, Jacob, let's say hypothetically it is true. For the sake of this conversation, let's say hypothetically it is true. Let's just say even if it is or it isn't.
Yeah, Jacob, play the game.
Sorry, I'm just trying to stick up for the man Ainge a little bit.
No. I hear you, Jacob, because we're talking about hypotheticals. There's no
Maybe his
guarantee
football
that
knowledge.
this.
Yeah.
Because like my manager's linked with the other roadrunner, so you know what I'm saying, and we move like it is, and it's questionable. Like
everyone gets a roadrunner.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
How about that? How about you?
And you all get Jerseys FC kits.
Yeah, I told you.
Hey, I'll take a free kit. I don't give a damn.
I told you send me the shirt because I will get the name and the number taken off the back. That is fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can send me a shirt too. I'll take one.
What you don't realise, they all come with a 3-month supply of celery when you sign them. So
I'll eat celery either. I'm good. You know
and also some minerals.
Hey, there's minerals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there for those that don't know. You know what I'm saying? This minerals thing. But yeah, Gallagher, go on, carry on.
And the shit.
Mustard, I'm sick of you.
Yeah, I'm just tired of this shit. Fucking every day for the past 2 weeks, Mount, Mancunian Mount, Manchester Minerals Mount, blah blah blah, all this stuff.
It's Money Mason, Manchester Minerals, Mountino.
Yeah. You just need to show me. That's what you need to do. Yeah, facts is also hilarious.
Why are you interested in Mount?
Same reason I'm interested in Gallagher.
Hey, you know what? You see the same.
Expected
Hey, this is a great point, Eleanor. You see how you're so befuddled and so confused about your manager being liking Gallagher according to reports and being interested in him. I feel the exact same. I don't get the deal.
Gallagher's worse than Mount.
It's two cheeks of the same eye.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I just don't think we can hold it against managers basing thinking that his decisions this leak that Ainge has been a fan of Collar. Who said that? His best friend apparently said he wasn't leaving Celtic, and then a week later he left
That's
Celtic.
hypothetical, but
Is that me?
Oh, it's Crash. No, he's no.
Let's take over the show. Go on, what were you going to say about Gallagher? Go on. Eleanor, what were you going to say? You want to say about Gallagher?
What I will say is I can't sit there and say, oh, these things are not true. I'm just going by what we understand they might not be true. But from what I've heard, he likes him, and that's not good. I'm not happy about that. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, what is he going to do with Gallagher? What does he like in him? That he wants someone quick and pacey, or he just wants someone to run around? Because you still got to hold the ball. You still got to play football. You can't just run around like a headless chicken and expect it to work. So that's all. I question his decisions just because he wants a road runner. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah. I have a hard time. Like Ten Hag. Did Ten Hag say, "I want Mason Mount," or did a journalist say?
Quotes have been attributed to him. The first quotes were the only two quotes. The words used why he wanted Mount was energy and work rate. Nothing on the ball. It was just that. Because I've got a theory that Ten Hag came into this league and gone, I can't play the football I want to play with this squad. I can't do it. Without the takeover going through, I can't do it. So I need a road runner in there, because I've tried to do it with Ericsson and it doesn't work. So I need to put someone in there alongside Casemiro, because then I can have Bruno do what he wants, essentially. Which I know to some Man United fans would be a bad thing, because they don't really rate Bruno that much. But that's my theory, that he's coming to this league and looked at the squad and gone, man, there's no one here, and also the price to get someone like that with the budget they have before any takeover happens is they'd have to spend like close to 100 million probably on like players. Some players he wants, and they've already spent 90 odd on Anthony last year, and that's 50-50 at the moment, isn't it? And they've got the Sancho issue, stuff like that. So that's my theory. That's why he wants Mount. But yeah, but I know people go, well, why do all these clubs want some of your players? I don't know what it is. You'd have to ask the managers what they see in some of our players. I will say this: whoever on the Chelsea team, the management team, is somehow getting these players to be sold should be given a raise, because I don't understand it myself. I wasn't expecting Kai Havertz to be sold because I didn't think there was a market for him, and also for the price as well.
You're about to get a £12 million loss for him.
It's not even a loss if you. It's not even a loss if you think about the contract depreciating over time. It's not even a loss. It's probably a profit.
Yeah, amortization means it's a profit, isn't it?
Yeah. And Mount and Gallagher will be pure profits because they come through Cobham. That's what it is. It'll be pure profit. So
people need to put some respect on Bowley's name.
I don't think he'll go to Spurs though. I don't think Gallagher will go to Spurs. I think he's going to go to somewhere like a West Ham or something like that.
I think he's going to Brighton. I think he might go Brighton.
No, apparently he didn't go to Everton in January because he won the top 6 team. So maybe.
Yeah,
Brighton. That's Brighton though.
Plus, he don't have to move too far if he goes Tottenham.
No.
Maybe. I don't know what Flawless is doing.
I don't know. When it comes to Conor Gallagher, and Flawless also brought up James Maddison at 1.2. To me, I'm looking more. I would like a guy like Eze from Crystal Palace. I think he has a 45 million release clause. If you're talking north of 50 for James Maddison, I say fuck it. I'd rather go 45. Get Eze. He can. I think he has a higher ceiling at this point. Again, I kind of go back to what I was saying earlier about plucking players from relegation teams. To me, I just worry about the mindset. I mean, James Maddison is only 26, so you could argue he's just entering his physical prime. So there still could be more to see from James Maddison. But I mean, again, here we go. Ellen, I don't know what our budget is. I'm operating off assuming maybe it's 100. Let's say 100. That's a nice, clean, even number. So if we're talking,
yeah,
it's
all an assumption because I have no idea the finance. I mean, we have the war chest that we never heard from again.
Stop, that pissed me off. What the thing that I always say though, as much as I agree, like I do see, like for example, Eze being a better fit in terms of like price and stuff. When I say if a manager wants a player like Madison, for example, which can do a job and he costs X amount of money, for me, I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, that's a bad choice because he costs too much. In my head, I'm thinking, not spending money hasn't helped me, so why am I going to moan about spending the money? Because at the end of the day,
it's not our money either, so
it's not my money. I just want the club to make signings for a change. In my head, I'm actually thinking making the wrong signings cannot be that bad. Because at the end of the day, we don't make good signings without the money. So with the money, what's it going to change at the end of the day? But if you're talking about it smartly, there's probably much more better value players you can get. And our biggest problem is recruitment, because if we spent 200 million the last 3 managers that we've had. We spent 200 million. That 200 million hasn't been spent well. And that's the problem. We act like we can't get anything for these, like, you know, we don't spend money, whatever. No, we just don't have the right model. For example, right? And I'm not trying to bring Liverpool into this in terms of like giving them too much credit, but when they look at their recruitment, I'm not saying FSG don't put money in. Obviously they do. Like look at like, you know, the new, like, you know, Nunes deal and whatever, like all of that. Like obviously they spend money, but over time they haven't spent that much money. Klopp's just a very good coach with very good recruitment. Like they sell Coutinho, they recruit well, they build a team. We sell, for example, obviously Bale was years ago, but regardless, we sell Walker, we sell anyone. That recruitment money that, you know, that's going to come in is never spent right. When we had Paul Mitchell under Poch, he did very good recruitment. We had that great team that was all down to recruitment being done right. You're talking about Dele Alli's being found, Son's being found. Eric Dyer, I understand we don't like him now. In that midfield, he was brilliant when we first got him.
Pochettino didn't even play him though. Wasn't he riding the bench for Poch?
Well, you got to look at Yeah, on and off the bench, but it still was. Rotation isn't my problem. I'm not saying that he started. I'm saying we had a good squad overall.
No,
I'm
I
not,
agree. I agree with you. Our squad during that era we haven't had a
well,
squad
yeah,
like it. And since we've just consistently, I agree with
yeah,
all the points that you're making that we don't spend the money right. And I agree, we do spend money. We do.
we just
But
don't.
at Tongi and Dombele, 80 some, we're talking 60, 70 some for Richarlison. How much did he give us?
50 million on Richarlison. Like, honestly, like, what is going on? Whereas when, for example, when Paul Mitchell was here,
Hey, but he brought the vibes, right? He got the little pigeon dance though.
well, he
The
did.
dance is fire.
He's got a new neck tat too. It looks pretty cool.
The
So
dance is
maybe
fire.
he'll start bagging
I
goals.
just think,
And my
like,
apologies, people. This is
Oh.
Wi-Fi fucking about. But go on, carry on. I don't know.
when you look at who we've bought in terms of like with our recruitment system as it is now, like obviously we had Hitchin and stuff, like it was just awful recruitment. Our director of football just wasn't clicking at the moment. Obviously then we got Paratici, which we know was a train wreck. Like the only good obviously director of football that worked with Poch was because they came from Southampton together. They knew how they like to find players and how they like to play. Obviously bringing Alderweireld, like just generally like the recruitment system worked because the manager chose the director and it all worked together. And it fitted with Tottenham's ethos. Obviously, getting Paratici and Conte, they have a different ethos. Works or not. Like when people try to get onto me about like, oh, I just don't like anyone but Poch. No, cool. I understand. Conte wins everywhere, but his ethos didn't work with Tottenham's ethos, regardless right or wrong.
And we weren't in the right position we weren't ready to accept the mobile that was Antonio Conte because he needs a ready-made squad to win. He's not here to build. He's not.
I've said all along, under Jose, under Conte, I've always said, regardless if you think they're finished or not, that's a different argument. That's what my personal opinion. When you look at the facts, the way they do things is not going to work at Tottenham due to us not being able to hand him an empty checkbook, like an open checkbook, or have the winning team there.
But that's only Conte, though, because with Jose, look at what he's done with Roma. How much money did they spend? They got Dybala.
A lot of money. They spent
outside of Dybala, who else did Tammy Abraham?
They spent like 120 million in one like last season. Something
we've spent we've spent that much as well. So
we spent 200 over 3 managers.
It was 270 something over 3 minutes. But Nuno doesn't even count because Nuno wasn't making those decisions. That was Paratici saying, give me Brian Hill and we'll give you Lamella plus 25 and then we just give Hill right back to him.
No, I understand, but it's still us spending money over a long period of time. These are the semantics of it. But regardless, under both managers, Jose at the top level is going to need, like he did at United, where he spent 400 million at United.
Hey, open that cash book, baby. Come on. I don't blame him.
But regardless if you agree with it or not, it's not going to happen at Tottenham. Regardless if you sit here and say...
But he knew that. He knew that too. Jose knew that. The thing with Conte is I think Conte had false assurances.
This is a different argument. What I'm trying to...
I'm laughing at Lewis in it. Go on, carry on. You lot, this is good shit. This is great content. Carry on.
What I'm trying to say is, regardless, recruitment-wise, the ethoses don't work together. Like when I believe...
What is our ethos, though? What is it?
Oh, we know what it is. Develop young players and build a team over time. The managers that we have are not fitting into that, the philosophy. And I'm talking the Jose Contes, regardless if you like them or not, as people, as the way they play football, whatever. That's, I don't understand how you can like their football, but anyway, that's just you do you. But in my head, I have to sprinkle some salt.
That's okay. That's okay.
We know you. What I'm saying, you ain't new here.
I don't like, for what it's worth, Elena, it's nice to meet you and have this discussion with you. I don't like their style of football. I like winning. And if that style wins games, then I like winning. I want trophies. That's it.
There we go.
Lost more. We had our worst ever record under Jose that we've had. He has our worst ever record under Tim Sherwood.
Well, I mean, he won. I would argue he was just as successful with us as Pochettino. Conte was too, so was Nuno.
I doesn't know I'm looking at him, but if we're in the same room, I would be staring at him like this. I will again direct you to the stream I did with Peter and Flawless, because that explained that was a very lovely stream. That explains why I don't believe that just a trophy is the same as elevating your club. Because elevating the club to the highest standard over a long period of time was amazing for Tottenham. And you can't deny that winning one energy drink cup will be the same as finishing top 4, becoming a European giant in that sense for 5 years. I'm not saying giant in terms of winning. I'm saying we were regular. We were a regular sitting at that table.
What's the point? But if what's the goal here? What are we talking about? Are we excited to get into the club? They finally let us in. We've been here 5 nights in a row.
Hey, if you've not been in the club, you're excited to get in the club. Yes, 100%.
I don't see.
I'm still trying to have a good time. I'm not just trying to be happy to be here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be happy. Why would you be happy winning the lowest of the low of trophies?
Hey, stop disrespecting the Carabao Cup.
No, wait, there's a difference. No, there's a difference. I'm going to go back to that stream where we talk about context. Right. Context is a massive thing. I'm not denying that under Poch, if we had won a League Cup, we would have pushed on to win more. Totally agree with that. But what's the point in winning a League Cup when you're finishing 9th or 8th to just be shit the next season? For example, when Arsenal won those FA Cups, and we were still, in my head, I was still laughing at them. We're still better than them. They just won an FA Cup to be shit the next season after.
But we can't look at Arsenal and we can't look at Chelsea under this light of, oh well, they won, and even United at this point, they won the Carabao Cup, but we look down upon that. Well, I don't understand that.
Totally right. Please.
Yeah, basically what she's saying, like, to try and put it in like into context in regards to, yes, winning a Carabao Cup, winning the FA Cup is good, like winning any trophy. But she's saying, like, not only do you want to win the cup, you want it to lead to something. There has to be a build upon. Like, we've seen it in the past, whether it's with Manchester United, Mourinho's done it at Chelsea, he did it at Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson's done it. We've seen Pep do it at Manchester City, where you target the domestic cups and then it can lead you. So you want it to be a platform and a springboard of success. So what Ellen is saying is, if Mourinho wins that, do Spurs then go north? She's saying no.
We could have.
Of course, but if you put a bet on it, I'm saying if Spurs win that trophy, you win that trophy. Great for Spurs to win the League Cup. 100%.
Yeah, fantastic.
Do I believe it changes what happened? No, I think you
Carabao Cup showers.
Nah, I think you end up in the same boat though, in regards to Mourinho being.
But that's the thing. We brought Mourinho in for what purpose?
And that's where the board's
to win us a trophy, and he got us to a final to win us a trophy.
Have to look at
Lewis. That would have been it.
Sorry, Lewis, I didn't hear you. I was yelling.
He would have served his purpose at that point,
Perfect.
And then I don't think he would have taken you any further than that.
Perfect. I'm not looking for a marriage. I'm just looking for a good time, baby. And you got us there.
Perfect.
I was about to take her home. And then Levy came in and said, no, this is my wife, and took her away from me last second. About to close this. Come on. I don't understand how we could just be happy to be at the club. What is the point of going to the club? I'm trying to dance. I'm trying to get it on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to the club, and you're like, oh, I'm just happy. Sorry. I just want to win something. We didn't win a trophy.
No, but you're passionate. Context, and it's actually insane because I don't see how you don't see the run up to the way Jose was playing and the awful results you're getting.
Yeah, because what you're saying, Jacob, does make sense in regards to. Go
when
on,
the last time we played,
She breaking up? Is it me breaking up?
Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit.
Me? Or Eleanor?
Eleanor.
Is anyone arguing with me tonight? The internet likes me tonight. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Jose got the internet one.
No, Jose's on my side. Yeah.
Nah, like, again, people, this is why Jacob's here, because he, like everyone else who's on this show, has them fire analogies. You know what I'm saying? And that. Don't worry, Eleanor will be back, people. 100%. Let her cool off and sip some water.
I need to cool off too. I'm not trying to get hyper aggressive with anybody. I just see it the same way. Like, what did Pochettino do with us that requires us to hold him on this echelon of a Bill Nicholson? You know what I'm saying? We're holding this man up like he did something other than get us to the damn final.
No, it is, like, Jacob, I get what you're saying in regards to he did. It's two things. Yes, you want to win a trophy, but yes, you also want your club elevated. And that's what I credit Poch for doing. What he did at Spurs is he did elevate you. He did make you a regular in Europe, which is a plus point. However, wait, before you go, he should have won a trophy with the team he had, 110%. But you
absolutely
same way I'm looking at Ten Hag. Am I happy we won the League Cup this season just gone? Absolutely. But I'm also looking for, say we had won the League Cup but finished 12th. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be less happy because, you got us a League Cup, but then it's kind of like, all right, you didn't elevate.
But say you get Europa and you get a Carabao Cup. You okay with Europa and Carabao Cup?
Of course, in terms of results, yes, but I'm also looking at the context of the football overall. Are we moving? Do I believe we are moving forward? And what Ellen is saying, and what I've heard Jez and other fans say, and I do agree with this with them on it, is Mourinho winning the Carabao Cup doesn't elevate Spurs. Like, yeah, you're saying there, you're in it for a good time, not a marriage. Some fans want both.
But see, here's the thing. Jose could have given us that, but we didn't listen. We didn't listen. He told us. He said, Kim Min-jae, spend the extra $6 million. Get yourself Kim Min-jae. Daniel Levy said, no, I'm going to spend 8 more than what I was going to spend on Kim Min-jae. I'm going to go get Joe Roden. That's what we do. Let's go get a guy from Swansea over then. Now we're looking at Kim Min-jae. He's going to Bayern for how much? He's rated at how low? And that's just an example, one example of many that Jose came in and said, what I was hoping Conte would do as well. Come in and diagnose this is what's wrong with the car. This is how we get this bitch back on the road. Because you know what? We ain't been running for some time. I'm at least get you on the road and get you up and going. It ain't gonna run like a brand new mobile, but guess what? It'll get you to point A to point B. That's what I was looking for. And we just need to listen to the man.
But that's where the difference lies is you just said it there. What you was looking for as a fan, which is cool. Same way I had this same debate, not about Spurs, about Manchester United when people spoke about Oli. Because all I got told when Oli was in charge was finish second. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that season. But the football was shit and we wasn't going to move forward. And look what happened the season after. I believe he got sacked the next season. I think it was the next season. Anyway, but that proves my point. People are like, oh, well, he got you to X amount of semi-finals. Players are scoring this amount of goals. He got you second. It's like, we are not moving forward as a football club, even though we've moved forward in the table and finished second. We're the second best team in the country. It's kind of like that. But
I guess that's why I defend.
Go on, last point on it. Go on.
That's why I defend Jose. I think to a degree as a avid Spurs fan, just because we didn't listen to him. He could have given us everything we wanted. If we wanted both, if we wanted just a good time, he could have given it because he gave us some foundational information to say, this is who can work. This is what we need. This is where we need players. And we didn't listen. We bought whoever the fuck. And then this is where we ended up. So that is our fault. That's not Jose's fault.
That's fair to an extent. But like I say, you ain't going to see eye to eye on this, but it's cool. Let me get to these super chats as well. Alan is back in the building as well. Get to these super chats real quick. You good?
Yeah.
All right, bless. Guna says here, flawless Matt or Havertz. I'm crying with Havertz. Both terrible. This is why Chelsea fans are over the fucking moon that they are selling him. Chelsea must be a Ponzi scheme at this point. Why teams are interested in these man's cast-offs, I don't get it in a heart. I don't get it in the slightest. Like, yes, I fucking do. You need to shut up, mate. How about that? You know what I'm saying? This guy.
You need to run us our money, bro.
Yeah. Sure. Lewis, how dare you torture us, show us mercy? That's from Guna ER as well.
Bro, I wouldn't wish Havertz on my worst enemy, but this is a necessary evil, so hold that.
Yeah, but that being said, even though I just stated what I said, let me run that back. I kind of did contradict myself. The thought of Havertz in an Arsenal shirt is beautiful. Like, I've never looked forward more so to an Arsenal signing ever in life. Like, I will be looking like, yo, where's the unveiling happening?
It's like Willie in Arsenal times 10.
Yeah, like, I can't wait. And I hope they play him in midfield. Because I've seen Arsenal fans trying to justify this. And this is what I was getting to before my internet cut out before. Just because a player signing for your club and you like a manager, and I've seen this with people like my club with Mount, when United fans talk on it, Arsenal fans talking about Havertz, don't mean you agree with the manager 110%. Sir Alex Ferguson's the best manager I've ever seen. He's the GOAT to me. I disagreed with decisions he made. So I won't disagree with anybody. Like, just because, and of course I want to be wrong. If we do indeed sign Mount, I want Mount to be a generational talent. But I've got enough evidence in terms of what I've just watched. I speak to Chelsea fans often enough to go where it is. Yeah, like I said, there's minerals and shit in it. So here we are. But that's the overall point, is I want to be wrong on it. And if we sign him, okay, we're going to see what it is. But like I've said before, it screams Cristiano Ronaldo to me. Like, there's zero benefit to him being at my football club. I don't get it in the slightest. At all. Zero. Is Ronaldo like a Kane, a Rice who we've been linked. Everyone else we've legit been linked with. I'm like, even if I'm not there, not my first option, I understand it to an extent. Like, I can see the positives. With this, there's zero positives. Zero. And like I said, it's Chelsea fans on social media putting this guy in United shirts. Multiple edits. It's not one. I've seen him in 2 or 3 United shirts. I've seen him with Mount on the back with no number. I've seen Mount with the number 7 on the back. I've seen Mount with the number 19 as well. But Guna ER, big up for the super chats as well. It's absolutely outrageous, man. It's ridiculous. And yeah, like someone said, yeah, you know, Jacob's got the analogies on deck. And that being said, as I'm speaking about it, Manchester United are prepared to bid again in the next days for Mason Mount. Manchester United, that was their plan after their opening bid for 40 million fee rejected, and remains the plan now. And that's from Fabrizio Romano. Fuckeries. That makes no sense whatsoever. Absolute foolishness. Absolute foolishness. Don't understand it. Don't get it in the slightest. Victor, we'll go to you. It looks like Casado's bound to you. Look. Chat to me.
What's so funny?
Thank you, Arsenal.
Look at this.
What's so funny?
Me and Lewis both had the Mount Abbey on at the same time.
These Mount Abbeys I've seen day in, day
man.
out, yo. Minerals, yo. I swear down, you see you, man. Whatever, man. Go on, Victor.
This is I can honestly I just in case Eleanor and Jacob missed it, right? Flores generally this season has been upbeat, very about Manchester United. Even the worst bit for Flores this season was watching the Europa League group stages, on the team, stuff like that. Generally upbeat, right? Generally upbeat, right? The day after they beat us 4-1, right? Him and Lewis were on the terrace and they talked about Mount going to United. And if you did a still frame of both of them, you would have thought that Flores was the team who'd lost 4-1 the previous night, because he had a face like he'd be told the worst news ever. And Lewis was just there smiling. The only thing that tops it is Troop's reaction to Havertz on the Sam's channel yesterday. And Lewis
he got that and the Caicedo news in the same stream, bruv. That was a long hour. Bro.
Go on. Carry on. Victor, Caicedo. Was it today it came out that Chelsea are leading the way and Arsenal are out of the race? So, yeah, your thoughts?
It was yesterday,
Yeah, they're basically saying personal terms are like 95% done, 99%, whatever that means. I'm happy we're getting a DM that I like as well, and obviously worked in the Prem. He works in the Prem, and someone who would hopefully shoot beside Enzo, and then obviously he's on the ball. His ability on the ball and his passing as well. He's also very good as well. I like him a lot, and he looks a bit mature when he plays, but I don't think he's that old. But he plays like he's been playing for a long time. So, yeah, I like the idea of Caicedo. I'm really looking forward to it. It's just that if they pay 100 million for him, it's a bit nuts. And even 80 million, even 80 million is a bit nuts. But like, it's the market. The market is the market. Like, you kind of have to pay for that kind of talent right now. So that's what I said. And it's not my money, so I ain't really bothered. But yeah. So
the thing with Caicedo is that I'm reading online now that even if we do sign him, it's not going to be announced till like July. So it counts.
You say what?
So it counts towards that financial year, and not this one.
okay.
Which is why, I've seen that. I've seen it on a couple of things. Take a pinch of salt as always with these things, but that's what I'm reading. It's going to be about. I think it's going to be anywhere between 70 and 70. I think I read also it's like they want a big bulk up front, but because they want about 86 million in total. But they want a big bulk, like 50 million up front. If Chelsea insist on going smaller payments, then that's when it gets to 100 million. Because they'll be getting obviously smaller payments. So if they don't want to do 100 million, they have to pay a big bulk up front and then like 2 or 3 payments down the line. But yeah, the big thing is that they want to announce it after July. July hits, so it counts for next year's finances instead of this one.
Stuff. Yeah,
I wouldn't be. I think I'm very confused by people who are really obsessed with how young the squad is, but yet we're okay with signing both Ugarte and Caicedo, who are 22 and 21 respectively.
Yeah, and Lavia as well.
And Lavia, 19. He's 19. And so I just don't get the. So wait a minute, it's not really the age, right? It's the experience. I think that's what people are missing with it. That's what they don't like. But if he comes in, I don't really care. I mean, I saw everyone's going like like some of the Brighton fans going, you're only moving for money. Yeah, no shit. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And also, you're not going to a Champions League team. Where was your outcry when McAllister signed for Liverpool? I don't see any outcry there. Let's not get into the other way, but you know what I mean? There was no outcry when McAllister left that he's going to a non-Champions League team. Do you know what I mean? Where's your outcry then? But in terms of the player, unless you do your scouting, my thing is, if we sign Caicedo, I don't want to sign another player for this price. I want us to get our own Caicedo. I want to do that. I want to stop paying. I want all the big six, who they call the big six clubs, their scouting, near enough, is atrocious.
Agreed.
It's atrocious. Maybe City with Alvarez has hit the jackpot, but generally the rest is atrocious.
I think Liverpool on the whole are normally very good. I think obviously they've had one season where they haven't been, but on the whole, Liverpool scouting is pretty decent.
Yeah, maybe, but even likes of Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs to a certain extent. The scouting is just the amount of millions, hundreds of millions of pounds.
Spurs, we have full scouting. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but the hundreds of millions of pounds these get, they should be getting the best scouts. Why? How come Brighton are able to find a Caicedo, a Matoma, and Cisco? How are they able to do that? And
that we need to adopt the Brighton model, because we are not going to spend the money that Chelsea or the cities are going to spend. Even United, we're not going to spend that money. The model that we need to adopt is the Brighton model. Hence why I say certain people didn't fit in that model, regardless if you love them or not.
Yeah,
they didn't fit into that model. Yeah, but it's true. That's my main.
I know it's true. I just say go on, carry on.
Yeah, because I can't be having this whole
sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Carry on, Eleanor. My bad. That's on me. Go on, carry on. That's on me.
But yeah, in my head, when we look at the way we need to do business to see sustainable success, and what I mean by sustainable success is not ride out, spend X amount just to win one trophy and be shit the season after. What I mean by sustainable success is something to build, something to work on. The problem is when people say about what success is, under Potts, for example, we were building something that was supposed to be long-term success, regardless if he failed, which he did fail to succeed, that he still built us in the right way to build sustainable success. When you look at certain managers, their goal is to just get anything over the line and then they're done. And that's in my head. When you look at Brighton, what they're trying to build, regardless of if it works or not, I'm not saying they're going to try win the league. That's not what they go into the season for. But where they finished is building something that is much bigger than they've ever had before. And I think when you look at football fans, and the reason why we got excited under Poch in certain situations is because the future looked a lot brighter than the now. Whereas in my head, under Jose and Conte and people like that, the future did not look bright. It was just get anything over the line because we're not bright. There's nothing right now. It's not. We don't look like we're going to succeed anything. In terms of
I would disagree with that.
You saw long-term success. Long-term success.
All I'm saying is, do you remember Pochettino's last season?
Here we go.
No, you're missing the point. This is where you
that sustained success that apparently he built didn't sustain himself.
You're sticking out.
Hey, Lewis, stop. This guy's ridiculous. Oh, do you not know what's going on?
No, I don't know what's going on. I thought I did something.
To Lewis, I don't know what you're liking it. But let me get to these super chats before you start. I need to apologize to Matisse.
You should have started this show much earlier tonight, man. I swear to God, this is 3 a.m. over here. Do you know what I mean? You should have started this much earlier. I'm saying this next time you need to start as much earlier.
Yeah, we'll do. It's big up to Guna ER as well for the super chat. I don't know what you're talking about here, so I'm just going to say thanks for the super chat.
Lewis, what he did wrong was he didn't follow his dad.
Okay. Oh, his dad's Chelsea.
His dad's Chelsea. Yeah.
I'm broke and you're broke. All right.
Actually,
fairs.
blame your dad for not racing you properly. That's what you should do.
Why we signing Dracula, I'm afraid. Guna big up for the super chat.
That's wild.
And to Ishwa, I want to get to this because you said, yeah, that is wild. I'm just bypassing that. It's not that the big six can't scout. It's just they can't afford to take risk giving youth unknown players first team regular football.
Yeah,
this is what I was going to go just quickly before, and because you'll be probably able to articulate it better than me. You can definitely go and get unknown players or players who are not well known. Like Liverpool are the prime example of that. Before they signed Alisson, who was talking about Alisson?
Yeah.
Before they signed Firmino, who was talking about Firmino? Salah was known. Nobody weren't talking about Salah. Nobody weren't talking about Firmino. So Robertson just got relegated with the whole nobody. And I hate to use Liverpool as an example, but I can do it with Manchester United in the past. Look at the impact. I mean, right now, look at the impact Garnacho's had. No one we're talking about Garnacho. Lissandro Martinez, who's been our best player this season. This time last year, nobody was talking about him, and we needed a centre back, and we went and got their manager, and still nobody was like, "Yeah, go and get Martinez." We was in for Timber. People forget this. The option B was Martinez. So the whole thing about no, if you scout correctly and the players hit, then it can work. Same way with plenty of big clubs. So whether it's Manchester United, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Spurs, whether it's Arsenal, have all done this. Obviously, there's the well-known ones like a Casemiro. But to say you can't take the risk, no, you go and scout correctly. Because that's why I hate when people say there's no value in the market, there's nobody in the market. No, there's nobody in the obvious market. I get that a lot. When people say, oh, there's no strikers out there. Nonsense. There's hundreds of thousands of strikers applying their trade across the world. Manchester United, my football club, have all the resources to go and scout anybody in any league across the globe. Go and find a striker.
City found Alvarez.
Who was talking about Alvarez?
No.
All the players, right? Minus the players who are like, we know from like in youth academies who are 15, 16 are going to be stars. Everybody was unknown at some point.
Yeah.
99.9% of players.
I'm not even talking about youngsters. Look at Matoma. He's like 25, 26.
How old was Kante when he went Leicester?
Oh, wait. How is he now? He's 31, so he...
It was like
23, I think. 23, something like that.
No, he's like mid-20s.
No, wait. No, because he's 31 now, right? So he went there in 15. So, yeah, 23. So maybe 24.
He's that young.
Yeah, because he's 31 now, right? So, 8 years ago.
My point is 24, 23, mid-20s from the French league. Mahrez mid-20s from, and look at the impact those two players have had. So there's players out there. That's why I'm not hearing there's not. Right. But yeah, go on, sir. I know you wanted to respond.
No, exactly. It doesn't. And someone put in the chat earlier, I forgot to put it. And maybe we'll find it with like Santos and Casadei and something like that. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll find us in this Pires kid who we signed who can't come here for the next 2 years because of the age and stuff like that. I just don't know. I just think the excuse, there's no, we're gonna have to pay big. It's like, well, do your job, man. And everyone's shitting on this Villarreal guy, Nick Jackson, whatever his name is. I've never seen him play, but everyone's crapping on him because they've never heard of him. Stuff like that. And it might be, if he's 30 million and hits the ground running, you're not going to say anything, are you? It's one of those. I mean, who did Brentford say? Was it Boembo, what his name is? He's like
24
or something like that.
But a masterclass on Spurs.
Not even
Exactly.
Even Chelsea, right? Even Chelsea with Badly Shield. I won't talk about Badly Shield before now.
Exactly. Badly Shield's at Monaco. He stepped up. You know, it's just one of those.
I'm going after whoever Monaco. I'm taking Monaco scouts. I'm taking Brighton scouts. These are clubs. Brighton, if you look at it, they didn't miss a beat. They got better whenever Potter left. So to me, that's not, you can't credit anyone but the club for that because they've put people in positions to make the decisions and get those kinds of players. I mean, they got better losing their best players over the summer. How do you do that? You can only do that with a solid foundation. So
right.
That's me if I'm Tottenham Hotspur anyway.
Well, they got rid of McAllister, but during the same season, this Enciso kid came out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and apparently they've got even like they're okay with I say they're going because they've got
They probably got someone in the pipeline. Yeah, that's why they didn't have a problem with us taking Basuma for a pretty low fee as well.
Caicedo. They're Caicedo.
Exactly. They might have the next Caicedo. They'll sell him for 80 million. I mean, Brighton's doing something right over there. I'm envious of them. But personally, I have a thing against Seagulls, so I don't like that club personally. Because if you've ever been to California, them Seagulls don't fucking play out there. They'll take your sandwich. They'll take your phone. They'll take all your shit. You get mugged out there, and people say, "Oh, who did it?" And they're flying away. No one could catch them, so it's fucked up. They're reckless. I don't like Seagulls. If I ever go to UK, a Seagull, I'm punching one. That's just the rules. So.
Fast, I wasn't expecting you to say that. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Before I get to this question, hit the subscribe button though. What is going on? Rolly at 6,862. Let me refresh that because there's over 130 of you like in the building. You're clearly enjoying the content from all across the globe. Big up. I'm only at 76 likes. Girls up to 90 likes as well. Make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel, Carefree Lewis. Title. Make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel as well, United Spurs of America. One of the mods, please drop his channel in the chat, please. Make sure you do that. To Warrior J, Jacob and Eleanor, any centre back you want to see come to Spurs? We'll go to you first, Jacob.
There's a whole bunch I want to come to Spurs, but the better question I think would be who will.
Okay, answer both. All right, so answer dream scenario and then realistically.
Dream scenario, we swoop in and we sweep Josko Vardiol off his feet, and he says, "Oh, you know what? Tottenham's so much more appetizing than winning trophies, potentially another treble." Yeah, that would be kind of the wet dream scenario. And a realistic dream, I would say that wouldn't come true. In a realistic dream, I would say I would go get Guehi.
You go, Jacob. We're not just wait. Hold on, give me a sec.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec. Oh my god, the way you just casually said that as well. Go on, I was gonna say some wild shit, but go on. The floor is yours. Carry on.
So I like Mark Guehi. He's 22 years old. He can play on the left or the right side for Romero. I would like to see him. We need to think about who are we going to partner with Romero should Romero stay. Because I think there's a quality player there. You just have to get someone to keep him under control. Someone whom he will respect. Someone whom commands that respect and can be a leader in the back line. I'm not saying Mark Guehi is that, but he could be that. He's very composed for such a young man. And he's got a lot of talent. But if I was to... be the one. I like that Mickey Van de Veen kid, and I've been on him for about a year, and now Liverpool are linked with him. And honestly, the
guy, say his name again, please.
Wolfsburg, Mickey Van de Veen.
Okay.
Left-sided center back, super pacey. I think about 6'4", and he's very young, so he's still growing. Technically, he might even reach 6'5" by the time he's done. He's pacey. He's good in the air. I like him, and he's young. He's young, and he's got an engine on him. And that's the thing that I like. So I would go for someone like that, but it's likely we wouldn't do that because, again, if we're looking at a partnership, you don't want to pair a young, pacey, up-and-coming guy with a Romero because I don't think that Romero's going to respect that guy and or listen to him. Who knows what that partnership will look like. So if we're looking at it from the scope of who I want or who realistically would come here, completely different answers. But someone who could come in, I think, and do a suitable job next to... I would say someone like Max Kilman, maybe.
Okay.
Connor Cody's not bad at just doing a serviceable job. And these are realistic signings. They're players we can go get right now. Because I don't think Mickey Van de Veen as a young kid is like, is this a good move for my career to go to Tottenham Hotspur? Liverpool's sniffing around. Maybe he plays another year at Wolfsburg. Liverpool come knocking next summer. That seems like a better option than going to Tottenham, seeing what happens here, and then seeing and then everything's in limbo for him. So, but those would be my answers. Realistically and unrealistic.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Bella Kochev as well. I'll throw his name out there. Bella Kochev from Southampton.
I do like Bella Kochev.
He's good.
I don't know, centre backs to Spurs. Anyone in particular you like? You're like, yeah, I'd like to see them come to Spurs because you lot do need a whole heap of centre backs. It seems
we need the whole back line.
Yeah, you lot need first choice centre backs, backup centre backs. It seems, but yeah, the floor is yours.
If you need centre backs, can I interest you in Kalidou Koulibaly?
You need, enough. Anyone to do with Chelsea?
Good shout, that.
He'd be their best centre back.
He would. I actually wanted him last summer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
You can have him. You can have him now if you want.
On,
no, I don't want him now.
Don't fall for the trap. These men are trolls. You know this. Go on. Floor's yours. Hey, surfer, especially you. Yeah. You surfer, dickhead. know what I'm saying?
Centre back.
Look at the phone said. The phone said, "What you fucking?"
It's because you know why? Because Surf is funny and it annoys me. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Because his shit makes me laugh. Look at his dickhead and his fucking Avi. You know what I'm saying? But sorry, go on, Eleanor.
In terms of centre backs, I just want someone that is able to actually do their job. In my sense, at this point in time, I don't just want big guys, another. I don't want a Maguire. I don't need another Eric Dyer. I don't need Eric Dyer
With a bigger forehead, mind you.
I don't need I don't need a back line that is, proper English or any of this bullshit, this flag Twitter. Like, I don't need this. I don't want Maguire. I don't want these type of guys. I just need. I don't really know particularly. I don't really see anyone, and I'll be like, oh yeah, particularly that's who we want. Obviously, I think we need a left back as well. So, I mean, I wanted Pau Torres for left back for ages. But I think we need a whole back line, including a keeper. So it's going to be hard to fill all those positions. Obviously, it's not going to happen in one window, which is my issue. Is what I need someone that's going to be here over long term, because we need to build this team up. Like, generally, we need to build this team up, and it's going to take a while. We're not the type of club that's going to.
Does the 4-year deal with Ainge, does that tell you that maybe we're heading in that? Does it give you some hope as a Spurs fan?
100%. Not as hope as in. I'm not sitting there saying that, like, I know everything about Ange and, I watch Celtic all the time. I'm not trying to claim that. But what I will say is it's much better to have someone that's willing to work under our restrictions rather than causing a rift every time you're not going to get what you want.
Pochettino caused a rift under these owners. If you'll remember, he had the infamous press conference where he said, maybe I am not a manager. Maybe I'm just a coach. He complained as well.
Remember that. I'm glad you remember that, because guys like you constantly say that he didn't call out the owners. So I'm glad that you've remembered that.
I've never said that he didn't call out the owners. Everyone calls out the owners rightfully.
I would have said that. Oh, Jose was here to call them out and bullshit like that. But anyway, what I will say is, I'm not saying you can't get annoyed ever, but being here over the long term, signing a 4-year deal, not a 2-year, not a 2-year deal, not these quick fixes, not papering over the cracks. I want someone that's going to be here and build the team up under our restrictions, while I'm trying to say we know what we're about. Let's not make out all of a sudden Levy's going to change. This is what annoys me. People think, oh, we get Jose, he's suddenly going to change. No, he's going to give the same checkbook he gave to every other manager.
But can you blame us for having that hope that maybe, that's what I'm kind of getting at with the Ainge is, maybe is it okay to have that hope that that maybe we are going in a better direction now? Because as much as I want Levy out, no one's sitting here saying here's 5-6 billion for the club. They're talking about buying Man United first. We can't even be looked at until the big boys are bought. So these guys aren't leaving. And why would they leave something that's constantly making them millions and millions every year, to where you can get a 500,000 bump in pay raise yearly? So
oh wait.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's an evil ass laugh, yo. Run. That's an evil ass fucking laugh, yo. That is the villain laugh, yo. That is the woman holding the knife, yo.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Relax. Sip some water, man. Relax, Eleanor. Take deep breaths. And just, chill out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like
change your topic, yeah.
Should I not finish what I'm saying for once?
Yeah, go on. Land. Floor's yours.
While I'm saying, they're not going anywhere, so I'd rather work under restrictions that they're here for, rather than sit here and just blame Levy for everything. What annoys me is when I hear fans saying, Levy out. What's your solution? What is your solution? Oh, he didn't back this manager. Okay, what's your solution? Because my solution is going back to the model that somewhat worked. Obviously, in certain fans' eyes, it didn't work at all. But in my head, competing for the biggest trophies in the world and, on a consistent basis was working better.
We competed once for the biggest trophy once.
No, we were in 2 or 3 title races.
I beg.
My bro, it's 3 a.m. Like, please.
No, I don't see. No. But you're not making out that's not a fact. Were we not in 2 title races?
No, we're not even. I told.
But
Jacob,
what happened?
I even talking to you.
We're fine to talk about what we were in. But what did we do?
Yo, why's my headphones? What the fuck?
Where's my popcorn?
This guy's a prick.
Oh, shit.
Yo, it's 3 a.m. Right.
Yeah, great time.
I don't know what that means.
Eleanor, please finish your point, please.
Nah, he's
I'm not allowed to
go on,
finish.
Eleanor.
I'm actually not allowed to finish.
Go on. Carry on. Jacob, let land there.
What I'm trying to say is, In my head, clearly in others it didn't work, but in my head that model worked. Okay, but building a team up over 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, build the team up, get them to be playing, basically do the Arsenal model in terms of what they're doing with Arteta. The reason why I don't like to say the Arsenal model is because we did it first with Poch. So that's why I don't want to give them the credit that they think they're going to get. But in my head, do that model, build the team up over years, buy young, build the team up, get them to a standard of where they are. Because at the end of the day, our owners are not going anywhere. They're not going to suddenly wake up and be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to give a manager 400 million to buy who they want. It's not going to happen. So when I look at what my solution is to get a manager that's willing to be here, not a big, because we've literally proven it's not about the name. We've literally proven that, as we know how it's gone. So we've proven that it's not about the name. So just get someone that wants to be here and work under our restrict. Not saying that you can't complain, because obviously everyone's going to complain that Tottenham is not smooth sailing, but I think get someone that's willing to build a team up over years and build, but scout young, buy young, get them playing for you, believing in something. It's going to be a slow process. You're going to be bad. We're going to be bad for a while. I'm not expecting a quick fix. That's one thing I'm not expecting is a quick fix.
Oh, that's fair. So, like, we'll see, because obviously the reports are saying that Postecoglou, well, not reports, people have stated he does play good football. And time to shine. Yeah, I still can't get over this. One of my headphones ain't fucking working now, but we move.
Don't ask questions. Just send the money through.
No. I told you, shut up. How about that? Team finishing 12th is getting raided, for fuck's sake. Make it make sense.
Negative energy, man.
You're a sensible guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to wrap my head around multiple. It's not like it's one side or it's lower sides. These men finished 12th. And these players who have been mainstays of these men finishing 12th, and we've watched them fail like beforehand, previous seasons. Everyone goes, yeah, go get me their players that they are refusing to give new deals to and don't want to pay the money to. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It just makes zero sense on any way, shape, or form to go get a Kai Havertz, a Mason Mount, or Conor Gallagher. How did they improve your team? How? How do any of those three, if you're trying to chase down Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues?
Just accept it.
You just said it, chasing down.
Just accept it. Don't hit the game.
I'm saying, like 12.
Don't hit the
Hey, look at these man. Look at these free muskets.
Keep your nose out of our business, man.
Hey, it's my fucking business, because look at your Avi, you prick. You know what I'm saying? This guy. Look at my goddamn.
Yeah. You're really tough in Manchester, aren't you? Yeah, you're really tough guy.
I am facts. I would not say the shit to you. Facts. You're a big guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Intensity.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So for a big guy, you think I'll chat to him with this person? Fuck.
I'll throw you like a javelin. That's what I'll do.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? From here I will. So fuck you, sir. For how about that?
Oh, yeah, big man. Yeah.
He's right. You know what I'm saying?
Tough guy. Tough guy.
I'm tough from miles away. You already know.
I actually have a question. I have a question to Spurs fans.
Sure, it's 3 a.m.
No. It's not about Poch or anyone.
It's about Jose.
No.
Conte?
I've watched it. Can I ask my question?
Yeah, that's cool.
Sure, go ahead.
It's not about Jose.
When are you going to ask it?
I'm asking it now because I've watched it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sure. I was watching something.
You let me know when you're going to do it. Yeah,
you know what? I've got the power. Hey, fuck you.
Get Nick. You already know.
Yeah. So I was talking to a Spurs fan. I was talking about Jed Spence. Yeah. So what are you guys going to do with him? Because I wanted Jed Spence at Chelsea as a backup for Reece James. I thought it was because I watched Forest a lot in the Championship, and I thought it was a really good player. So what do you guys do with him? Because
anyway, whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
What?
It's only one person's fault that he's not playing, but we have to back them because apparently they win trophies.
God, please. I took about for the future.
You just asked for the club to back the manager, didn't you?
Oh my God!
Relax. Hey, Victor,
you know what?
Your fault.
Forget my question.
Yeah, please. Well, as soon as you said Spurs, I was like, this guy. Hey, Matisse, I know you ain't even watching this, but I feel like messaging you. I know what it's like for you on Battle of North. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It is. You get me. Shout out to Man as well.
Know this. Getting another Spurs fan that's not Jez.
I didn't know it was going to be like. Don't blame me. That was just my fault.
What did I do? I don't know what I
Jacob.
did.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good, man. You both passionate about your team. I've been here, so I get it. Like I've had this debate with, like I said. Yeah, no, but I've had this debate about my.
What was
so
that? That was breaking out. I didn't hear what you said.
Just let it go. I'm saying that you lot continue to bump up.
I don't know
Prime, you're still. Yeah, Prime, you're still in the chat. I sent you the link over Prime. Timo asking for the link? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I don't know how.
Battle of the South is definitely not incoming, even though it's a fire idea. No.
I don't know. I asked a question about Jets.
You ain't got the guts to do Battle of the South. You know, you ain't got that.
Hey, you know what, Surfer? Sure, mate. How about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
sure,
calm down.
Hey, North is where the funds at, mate. North is where the funds at.
Yeah, that's
sharp, man.
So Jose or Poch, who you taking back?
This
guy's this guy.
This guy's an idiot. Yo, Prime, are you still in the chat? Because Prime, you did ask me for the link. I forgot to send it earlier. I did say I was going to send it shortly. My bad. If not, we are going to close out. Get your final few questions in, please, people. Get your final few questions in.
Nothing about Potts, Conte, or Mourinho, please.
Please.
Nice, God. You'll get on. Right, we're going to close out the show anyway because I don't even know what questions you lot are jokes. As always, Lewis, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up.
There'll be a stream at some time tomorrow, either at my yard or at Never a Foul, some transfer video. So figure it out. But yeah, regardless of what happens, there'll probably be some sort of stream. So check that out, people. And yeah, big up.
Love. Jacob, shout out your socials. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yeah, come check it out. United Spurs of America. That's the channel name on YouTube. You can search it there. At you Spurs of A on Twitter. Have a lot of good conversations as well. I will say one thing is I don't accept mediocrity. I don't accept I want dubs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want as a fan. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Prime, never been happy to see you, my brother. Prime, talk to me.
Don't bite. Don't bite. Don't bite.
Go on, Eleanor. Go on. Say. Please just say bye to the chat, and then yes, and I'll talk to you soon, Eleanor. Yeah, love every time. Bless.
Yeah, don't bite, please.
Love, Eleanor. Thank you. You know what I'm saying, Prime. What are you telling me before we close out?
Oh, so I never got my Jose Poch on, so I can't be honest.
This guy.
I can give you an answer if you want one.
Hey, she will come back.
Yeah, go for
it. She will come back, and you know she will come back.
I don't know what I did. I didn't realize I was upsetting so many people by saying my opinion. That's not my fault.
It's calm. It's just let it go. It's calm. Don't worry about it. Prime,
Lewis is just invested in chaos. That's what it is.
I'm good, Jacob. It's nice to meet a fellow Jose fan, but you're making us look bad, bro. You're not defending us properly. I'll be real.
Oh my God.
No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you. I'm joking. Sorry, I'm messing with you. No, I was listening to the stream. It was interesting what you guys were saying about in terms of like winning as opposed to building something to sustain. Can you not do both?
The idea is to do both, right? That's the idea.
Do you not think, because what you guys are doing, and I said this many times, but I don't know, what you guys are doing with Poch was all great, but if he was winning like an FA Cup with that, like trying to progress, I think that would have been even better in my opinion. But I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm not.
That's why I critique him is because he got us there. We just couldn't get over the line with him. So that's why I hold him to a higher standard, because everyone holds him up. I mean, the co-host of the channel that I run, he loves Pochettino. He has a picture with the guy when he met him. And I mean, there's no reason not to love the guy. I love him, but we hold him to this standard in which he done anything that's historically amazing for us, and he hasn't.
I think in terms of what
Spurs an FA Cup would change that narrative completely. So I agree with you.
No, but I think in terms of what Spurs are or were, as opposed to now, he did do something great. But like for me, being a big club,
like, are we vibes or are we trying to win?
But like I don't know. Like for me, being a big club, if he had like you guys finished second or third and winning FA Cups with that, and then challenging for the league but not winning yet, but having stuff to show, I don't know. At least for me, that would have meant maybe that would have meant something more. But I don't know. Maybe that's the difference.
Absolutely. No, it definitely would have meant something more, because then that would have meant that he was successful here.
Yeah,
so,
and also,
absolutely.
Also, I don't think it's when people compare it and use like Jose and Conte, I don't think that's right. That should be the argument people focus on in terms of they weren't successful here and stuff like that. I don't think that should be the focus in the debates, because if your model was built like what you guys are going to do now with Ange, is that his name? What you guys are going to do with him building long term, it'll be all well and good if you guys are able to finish second again and challenge for titles and stuff. But if it ends the same way in terms of not winning anything, like I can understand the frustration in that, because it's like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah, that's why I blame Levy. That's why I've always said he is the main problem. And until he either steps away or appoints someone to do the job that he's been doing for the first team football, not the entertainment venue. I'm fine. You do all that. That's fine. I don't care. You make passive income that way. That's fine with me. But you need someone in charge of Football Matters who knows football, not who knows Excel sheets and who knows how to make money at the end of the quarter of the year. You know what I'm saying? So that when we're operating that's why we hired Jose. It was because we're trying to squeeze the last little juice out of the lemon that Pochettino couldn't get it done with. So that's what we were doing. And then it was almost a continuation of that with Conte. It was a desperation move. So it was always doomed before it started. But one thing you can't take away is Jose got us to a final.
Because even near the end, because even near the end with Poch, he was talking about how you guys needed to rebuild the rebuild, and he got sacked, and those players were coming near the end, and then Jose was brought in to get a trophy with players that are already done, and Conte, same thing. I don't know. It's kind of like,
if you remember,
a question I do have for you.
Yeah.
You said you want. Sorry, you go forward.
No, I was just gonna close out. That was just gonna close out the show. That's all. Like I said, I hear both sides with this. Cool. It's people talking, but everyone's cool. By the way, people, you know this. Anyone who's watched me knows it gets heated. Not so much on here, but me and Prime have had these type of debates on air. You know what I'm saying, and about various things.
Was I bad? I apologize to anybody if I was a dick.
No, Jacob.
I wasn't trying to be a dick.
No, it's not a question of apologize. You just disagree. It's cool. No stress.
No, flawless. It's not cool between you and me.
Hey, yeah, fuck you, Prime. You know what I'm saying? This guy's on my channel, though.
You see?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this guy, idiot. Now, if it was that much of an issue, I would have just, like, removed you and muted you. Like, it's calm. But anyways, we're going to close out. Love to everyone who has locked in. Big up to everyone. Make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel. Subscribe to Lewis's channel as well. Big up everyone that's tapped in. And this has been the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in. We won't be live tomorrow or today, technically, but Sunday we'll be back. Big